Okay, there we go. Typical. Just when you think you're about to go live, you realize that, hey, OBS doesn't have your damn Go XLR working. So I'll start over. Wake up this morning. Oh, Lord. Chat's having fun with this one right now. Yes, the audio got eaten by my OBS, apparently. All right, so, here we go. I wake up this morning and, oh, that's that. Yes, I have a new chair. And it's Sunday. I'm, getting ready to go to church, sipping on some coffee, as I'm doing right now. And, just doing the use, checking the messages, checking the emails. Hop onto Facebook, and what do I see? I see a comment from Dutch Sense. Now, to many of you, that would probably be a good thing. But I happen to know that if Dutch Sense is commenting on my previous video, NEXRAD Doppler radar hoax exposed, it's probably a bad thing. So, of course, I go and I'm like, what's going on here? And I'm just going to read this to you, and then we're going to get into how we got here. Too much zooms. Jim, I got a handwritten note from Terry at Energetic Productions. I never claimed to have... Oh, no. No alert box. Ding dongs. I got a note from Terry at Energetic Productions. I never claimed to have a relationship with the family. You're way out of line. I can contact Terry if you want, or you can verify she sent them. Now that I've proved you're making stuff up and denying stuff, you deserve some consequences for what you're doing. That is a threat. And boy, did he deliver on that threat. But though I am not a godly man, though I fail miserably many times in my life, almost on the daily, I'm going to attempt to maintain my cool through this. If nothing else, please, hit that subscribe button. If I make it through this video without cursing, you have to subscribe. That's all I got to say about that. If I can make it all the way through this video without cursing and maintaining my cool, please, you got to convince somebody to subscribe to my Substack, my YouTube, or my Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey, whatever. Just please. That's all I ask. Because when a guy with 600,000 subscribers, he's got 92,000 subscribers on Twitter. That's more than I have on all of my things combined. So punching down is not certainly chat says debate him. I was going to get there. I will sit up front. Not only Dutch Sense, I will gladly debate you. I know you won't, but I will debate you anywhere, anytime. Let's do this. I thought about, throwing the Jake Paul offer on the table, but hey, we know that won't go well for either of us, because you know. So I will gladly debate you. I will. The content, no emotions, Jim. I will gladly debate you, and into thin air, you too. Brad, Michael, I will debate both of you at the same time. You can't turn it down. I mean, what are you going to do? You're just going to pick on this guy, right? I threatened, right there, chat. Dutch said you threatened him. Yeah, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. So this is how it really happened. First thing this morning, this is what I read. You deserve some consequences for what you're doing, for basically saying this. Dutch Sense is sharing Bearden's vids and swearing they had a relationship and Bearden gave him files and stuff. No. In fact, the Bearden family is very like deadly serious about you reposting any of that stuff. And I don't believe for 1 second that, you know, Dutch has friends with the Bearden family. Even if he did, that's cool. You know what I mean? I mean, that's cool. But it doesn't change a damn thing, because this is, you know, a decade. You know, he's putting the Bearden videos out a decade after inventing the harp ring. Just saying. So back to this. So to be clear, to be 100% clear, did I make stuff up? He says he never claimed to have a relationship with the family. Look, dude, Dutch, nothing personal, bro. I don't watch your videos. I haven't watched your videos for years. You know why? Because of what you did to my family. I don't watch your stuff. So if you had put a video out in the past talking about how you got the Bearden tape, I don't know about it. Honest to God, swear to God on my life, if I'm lying, I'm dying. I actually watched the Tom Bearden video that you have for the first time in my life right before making this video. It's the only reason that it took so long for me to get on here and make this video. Because, to be honest, I wanted to actually know what the hell was even in it, since it became such a big deal to you. So I took notes. I literally took notes. I was like, yeah, I'm going to take some notes on the Tom Bearden video. You know, just in case I want to bring it up. Don't need the notes. Doesn't even matter. So the point is, I wake up to the threats that he made, and I said, and you guys heard me say it. I don't believe it. But if he did have, you know, a relationship with him, that's cool. That would be cool, you know? Just saying. So I responded to him this morning. I don't know why the hell. So I might need to refresh this, because it says 5 hours ago when it was literally this morning. That's freaking weird. Oh. Well, it's probably been on my screen that long. Let's just see. I'll refresh it. It may be gone if I refresh it.
Summer.
Knowing him.
It's the hungriest time.
No. That's more like it. 11 hours ago. So, just so everybody can see, I'm not lying. 11 hours ago, this morning, I basically responded to him. I said, first thing this morning, you got a threat from the guy. And I'm like, all right, let's handle this like adults. Michael, someone in the chat said the Bearden family sent you the video. I just showed you this. Now I'm doing this from recollection. Okay. Someone in the chat said, the Bearden family sent you his video, which is amazing. Of course, the video that is. And I just admitted to you that I didn't watch the video, but it is amazing that, you know, he did get the full Tom Bearden video on his channel, because they copyright claim anybody who puts it up. So obviously something happened. Go figure. I said, I don't know who Terry at Energetic Productions is, but if you say that's how you got the tapes, I'll take your word and believe you. Honestly, the Bearden tapes really don't have much to do with this video, because you and I both know you can't create scalar waves with a 1500 watt average dual polarized NEXRAD Doppler radar. I'm headed to church in an hour. So if you want to talk, let's talk. You know my number. I deserve consequences for speaking my mind, ? There's no need to make threats. Screw that. We aren't the same people we were 10 years ago. Now, Chad, I'm going to be real with you. I honestly believe that we weren't the same people we were 10 years ago. Apparently, Dutch is still the same person he was 10 years ago. And he took to Twitter. So I came back from church, 10 o'clock to noon. Noon, I get home. Feeling pretty good. Sermon kind of felt right on point for what I was just experiencing, honestly. And then I go to Twitter. And that's when all hell broke loose. So, this is what he said. Jim Lee from ClimateViewer has falsely accused me of several things. Top thing he falsely accused me of, he said that I made up the note from Tari at Energetic Productions sent me with DVDs. I didn't, you guys just heard what I said. So, lie your way out of this one, Dutch. Lie your way out of this one. The video's still up. I just played exactly what I said right there. Maybe someone can get a hold of Tari from Energetic Productions and ask her why she sent me a handwritten note along with the DVDs. Pic of what was sent is attached. Jim Lee is a shill and trying to deny weather modification from NEXRAD radar again. He's flip-flopped on the issue many times, and he's the guy who went to New York City to meet with wealthy investors. I'm going to address all this. I have to. I mean, when a guy with 92,000 followers on Twitter, who blocked me, by the way, he's demanding apologies from me. He blocked me. You screwed up, Dutch. I have 3 Twitter accounts. You only blocked 2 of them. So I've still got all your stuff. And even though you've deleted all this now, I still have it. You're deleting it as fast as you can because you know I'm live right now. Too late. There's no takebacks on the internet, bruh. Jim Lee is also the scumbag who said the wealthy people would Tupac me if I didn't shut up about a certain solar guy. Jim Lee relayed the Tupac threat on New Year's Eve 2013. Like I said, 10 years ago. 11. But we're splitting hairs. And we still have it recorded. Tattooed 1009 has it. That's Jay Lee down in Florida. So, Jim has been after me for 10 years or more. What a freak. Dear Dutch Sense, I have not been after you for 10 years or more. I have not thought about you. I may live rent-free in your head, but I do not think about you. Why? I have a wife of 25 plus years. I have a 7-year-old daughter. I have a 14-year-old daughter. I have a full-time job, and I'm trying to help people all around the world ban weather modification and geoengineering. I'm involved in several different legal things. Hell, I was going to put up a video about the notice of liabilities we're doing up in in Maine. I did a 2-hour Zoom call with those guys Friday. But no, you had to get in the way of this. No, you had to do this. So here we are. So I'm going to address some of these like one by one, but I just want to overwhelm you guys with the petulance of this, just verbal onslaught coming on from Twitter. So here we go. Let's show it. What if I told you that I was told that if I don't stop talking about certain topics, wealthy guys from the New York area would have me Tupac'd? Can you guys read that? This message was relayed to my buddy Tattoo 1009 from Jim Lee. Jim Lee flew up to meet guys in New York, and when he came back, he called my buddy and told me that I better be quiet. Tattoo recorded the call. Thank goodness. Well, play the call. Play it. I have a call too, Dutch. You know this. And mine's way more embarrassing because mine's actually what I said I'm going to explain, and it's going to be exactly what I said in that call. And I'm still not, I've made it this far without cursing. Please smush that like button. If you're betting that I'm going to make it through this video without cursing, please press that like button. The wealthy guys who Jim met with, Jim relayed the message from them. I did not. I wonder who Jim met with. His name was Leon. He was a freaking Russian millionaire up in New York. And all right. So let me take you back. In case you don't know, the shirt always fits the mood. And today the shirt says, I used to be a people person. Then people ruined it. So a friend of mine, his name was John Massaria. He said, hey, I've got a friend of mine. I've been telling him about your ClimateViewer, stuff you're doing with the 3D map and all this stuff. He's interested in, supporting you. I'm like, okay, I've heard this before. He's like, but he's going to fly you up here. I was like, what? Okay, let's see what the guy has to say. So I fly up to New York City. This is in 2012. And I'm greeted by a 6'4" Russian dude. All right. And his name was Leon. That's all. I'm not going to say his last name. He's not involved in this. And Leon, basically, we just hung out all weekend long. We talked about things, and he offered to basically buy a percentage of my business for 10%. He wanted 10% of my business, and he'd give me some money. I told him no. Because at the end of the day, I'm not a business person, but I also understand just at a gut level that if I say yes to Leon, then suddenly he has a stake in me making money. And this is not about making money. This is about telling the truth. And once money becomes more important than truth, then you have a problem. So I honestly told him, no. Appreciate the offer. Thank you for flying me up here, but no. And we ended up hanging out, and then, I'd already told him no on Saturday night, Sunday before I flew back home. He's like, you want to go to the gun range? And we went and shot shotguns at Skeet, and I had a good time. I came back home. Nothing happened. I mean, anybody who's been following me this entire time knows this. I'm just Jim Lee from Sumter, South Carolina, living in a double wide trailer. If I were rich and getting money from some Russian millionaire, you think my ass would be sitting here making video? I'd be doing it all the time. I wouldn't be working 40 hours a week as a security guard. You guys know that I'm a freaking security guard. It's right here. I'm a security guard. That's what I do for a living. I mean, does it make any fucking, I cussed. I stopped myself just short. I mean, does that count? Does it make any sense that I'm paid by a Russian millionaire or that I'm paid by anybody, but I work 40 hours a week as a security guard to take care of my family? No, it doesn't. I mean, but my double wide, nice. That's all I got to say. Willie's like, unsubbed. Willie called me yesterday, day before yesterday, right in the middle of the whole, solar eclipse, the kill shot. Which brings me to the second part of this. That, what did Dutch say? That he said, and I think that this is kind of relevant, that if he, Jim Lee is also a scumbag who said the wealthy people would Tupac me if I didn't shut up about a certain solar guy. What is this? What does this mean, chat? Anybody? Guesses in chat. I'm going to give like 30 seconds. Guesses in chat who the solar guy that Dutch Sense is talking about. Anybody want to take a guess? Who's the solar guy that Dutch should stop talking about? Come on. I know somebody's going to already know this because you were there. Maybe you weren't. But what is this Tupac comment he keeps talking about? The Tupac comment, it's not Dane. Dane's not a solar guy. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. Keek RN has officially got it. Yes, Ben. That guy. Ray, the sun god. Okay. So now that this is all out in the open and there's no hidden, agendas here, Jim relayed the Tupac threat on New Year's Eve 2013, and it was, I'm a scumbag who said wealthy people would Tupac me if I didn't shut up about a certain solar guy. Let me take you guys back on a little journey. This is what actually happened. So, Ben Davidson, aka Suspicious Observer, and Dutch Sense, I'm doing the AKAs backward, and Michael Janich, aka Dutch Sense, they were in a war. Okay? He wants you to start a rap career. So they were in a war. And basically, Dutch was claiming that, I'm going to use their real names because it drives me crazy. I can't do this. Michael was claiming that Ben and his followers were threatening his life. Ben was claiming that Dutch Sense and his followers were threatening his life. Some of Dutch Sense's followers actually hacked Ben's business. This got real, okay? It had been going on for months of nothing but death threats between the two camps. And somebody, my inbox started getting filled up, okay? Just getting filled up. They're like, this is bad for the whole truth community. Can you please say something? And I was like, sure. So, of course, I tried to call Dutch. In my memory, I called Dutch, but, I'm going to take his word for it. Maybe it was, yeah, you know what? It was Jay, because I talked to Jay, and I basically said to him, I was like, look, dude, what's going on between Michael, Dutch Sense and Suspicious Observer is dangerous because it did not end too well for Tupac and Biggie. Now, if you're not of a certain age, you will not get the reference. But I'm pretty sure, based on the demographics that YouTube's showing me, everybody watching right now is old enough to remember this. Tupac and the Notorious B.I.G., aka Biggie Smalls, were in this East Coast, West Coast rap war, okay? So because there was this rap war between Tupac and Biggie, they both ended up dying. So my point was that through rhetoric and being, virulent in a public space as a public figure, your fans may end up actually doing you harm. And that this kind of dialogue is not safe, it's not cool, and y'all both need to stop. So, give me the loot. Dude's like Sir Hunt a lot. I guarantee you that's a Sir Mix-a-Lot. Buttermilk biscuits, here we go. Sift the flour, roll the dough. Sir Mix-a-Lot, bro. Anyway, yes, I'm an old rap fan. I always have been. But the point I was trying to make to him was the Tupac and Biggie reference. Now, apparently, Dutch, this was right over your head, and it still is, or you're lying. But what if I told you, I know that he's lying? Because as a result of what happened back then, when this happened, Dutch immediately took to Facebook, and we had Google Plus back then, if anybody can remember that thing, that whole, shenanigans. Him and Tattooed 1009 and a bunch of other people I'm not going to mention right now because they don't even deserve to be mentioned. But basically a crew of 7 individuals began a concerted attack against my family, which went on for a year and a half. Dutch's minions basically made 500 YouTube videos about me based on this lie of a death threat scenario, which he's saying today. So he's bringing it up. I didn't bring it up in the last video on purpose because it's in the past and I won. Let's be real. You know it. I know it. So for a year and a half, they made 500 YouTube videos, including pictures of my family, pictures of me in gay pornography, with things in my mouth, 2,000 tweets to my police department that I'm a pedophile, that they called my boss, when I was working at the tire company as a network administrator. They called the owner and the CEO, both of which knew me, knew what I was doing. They didn't care. And then they made ClimateViewer.com, and then they did a whole bunch of black hat SEO stuff to ruin the SEO ranking of my website, which at the time was getting about 60,000 hits per hour. And they completely destroyed that. It's taken years to fix that. All of this because of Dutch Sense promulgating a lie, which he is still doing today. Now, you might be asking yourself, Jim, did you really just say something as silly as, I don't believe that, and that led to all this? Yeah, I mean, that's the really sad part about this whole story. I'll play it one more time because it's absolutely insane. This is what I said. Bosifa says, have you listened to anything Colonel Thomas Bearden put over the years? Jeff, let him know in chat. Did I mention Thomas Bearden specifically when we were talking on the phone? I said, but the people are going to say, because General Thomas Bearden, because Bernard Eastland, people are going to still say, oh, but it's scalar interferometry. Oh, it's, like Eastland said, we could steer the jet stream with, microwave beams, except they leave out the part where he said we need 100 billion watts to do it, or a solar powered satellite shooting 20 million watts directly at a thunderstorm in order to try to alter its path. Yes, I'm very familiar with General Thomas Bearden. I know all about the weather warfare that he claimed in the 1983 with the Russian Duga radar. But this is a completely different thing. When you're talking about large-scale over-the-horizon radars and giant standing wave troughs in the Rocky Mountains compared to Doppler freaking radars, there is no comparison. It's one of the points that I had planned on making in this video. Just, I'm going to let chat have their say, address it as it comes. Faith, I'm 75-year-old grandma. I learned this as a kid, right? I mean, and Jeff, yes, I mentioned Thomas Bearden while we were on the phone for 2. Okay, big fail. That was the wrong clip, but this was earlier in the video, and I was having a conversation with Jeff. You know, he's my meteorologist friend. And I told him, you know, look, I want to make this video dealing with this NEXRAD thing. There's a lot of beef that happened in the past. I'm going to steer clear of all that, but I definitely want to at least address, you know, if people don't understand where this came from, then you'll never understand how we got here or why it's so popular. So I wanted to give it some historical context. And it wasn't even, and honestly, Michael, seriously, it wasn't even a personal attack. Did I bring up anything about what you did to my family? I did not. Did I bring up anything about you personally in a negative connotation? I did not. I just simply pointed out that you literally you coined the term harpering. And you know that I had a beef with that because I said these are not harperings because there's only one harp. There's only one harp. It's in Alaska. These are NEXRADs. They're Doppler radars. They're not ionospheric heaters. Stop saying they're harperings. But it stuck around anyway. He didn't listen. Doesn't matter. I can't control what other people say, but I can question them on it. I have free speech. And with that free speech comes responsibility. And guess what? I happen to talk to somebody and make a suggestion that saying that you're literally getting death threats on a daily basis from Suspicious Observer, and Suspicious Observer is saying Dutch Sense and his followers are threatening to take my life, I felt the need to interject myself, which I will never do again because guess what? I used to be a people person. Then people ruined it. I will not be giving any advice to any YouTuber ever again. I mean, unless they're literally just asking me about what to look out for, and I'm going to be like, look out for narcissists and egomaniacs and be very careful because they're spiteful, they're vengeful, and they will try to hurt you. Now, you may have tried to hurt me, and I'm going to be blunt. You know, I'll be, transparent. I was hurt. There were many times where I was very, very depressed during that year and a half of in every single day, 20 or 30 videos per day for a year and a half. And that's not even counting the thousands of comments and posts that they made on all the social media at the time. So I have it all, I have every single one of those saved. I mean, they're right here. Bruh. Everything you ever did, Dutch, is right here. Including after I finally got tired of it, and this is the truth. This is what really happened. After they went way too far, after this whole thing just blew out of proportions, I said, you know what? I can't take it anymore. And I told my wife, I said, it's time for me to bring the old hacker back out. Because another thing Dutch is saying online is, well, Jim Lee's a hacker. He's part of Anonymous and stuff like that. There's a whole lot here. You guys, you're not even going to believe this crap. Look at this crap. Now he's deleting a whole bunch of this, but that's not the point. So this is 14 hours ago at 6:24 a.m. This Tupac message relayed to me by Jim Lee at ClimateViewer after he flew to New York with wealthy investors. I think that's actually this one. No, he just is repeating himself a lot in here. When confronted about the Tupac comment, Jim went into spin mode and tried to say he was referring to Tupac being disliked by people. Jim Lee is a paid pet of the New World Order, from what I can tell. He's a Muppet, and his oath is bullshit. Okay. If someone says they know wealthy people who will Tupac you, what do you interpret that as meaning? Death threat, veiled threat of violence means nothing. Of course, I voted means nothing because it doesn't mean anything. I did not death threat you. I never did. Bro, you have literally gone off the deep end. Tupac and Biggie. It's called an analogy. It's called an analogy. The analogy was you were Tupac and apparently you are Tupac because that's all you've talked about. You haven't mentioned Biggie. What, you don't like Notorious B.I.G.? Come on, man. Really? You're Tupac and Suspicious Observer is Biggie. And you two were acting like Tupac and Biggie, threatening each other. Anybody who was around back then remembers all this. I still have it all recorded right here. Every single post, every video, everything you ever did. Why? Because I know you. I know you, Michael. You're vindictive. You're petty. You're going to come back and do this. So I keep this around. It's right here on my desk. 5 terabyte of just you and your cronies and what you did to me and my family. And so what happened? I broke out my inner hacker. Let's go back to the Twitter feed. Let's have some fun with this. Might as well. So then he goes on to, say, right here, can radio waves modify the weather? Yes, according to the U.S. government website. Wait, Dutch, that's actually from my website. Appreciate you reading my website for once, but dude, don't go, it's literally right here. NOAA Central Library Weather Modification Projects. He went to this page. All right. You can't make this stuff up. He went to this page and then he saw this right here at the end. Other activities were using lasers or other sources of electromagnetic radiation. And that, he said, oh, well, that's proof that NEXRADs are modifying the weather. That's his proof, because he doesn't even know what this actually is. But this is under the Weather Modification Reporting Act of 1972, which is documented in my weather modification history timeline. And he basically uses that as an excuse, I knew what I was talking about all along. Yay. Bunch of people on YouTube and social media say radar could not modify the weather. But here we have Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Bearden saying radar can be used for such things. Who should I believe? Guys on YouTube. Dude, you're on YouTube. And he wasn't on YouTube till you put him on YouTube. Seriously. I'm just using the logic train. Does anybody else agree with this logic train? Who should I believe? Guys on YouTube or research papers from Lieutenant Colonel Bearden? You're on YouTube, dude. Is it not fair for me to question somebody who's on YouTube? I don't agree with you. We don't agree on this. And the day we all agree is the day we could all be wrong. I'm just saying. It doesn't make sense to me. Your logic train here. I can't click show more on any of these right now, because if I do, you're going to find out they're all deleted. I mean, he's been rushing to delete all these. He points at this, and it's from dtic.mil. Can radio waves from radar modify the weather? Yes. This does not say that. I'm not going to read it to you, but damn, bro. I read the whole thing and I was like, this has nothing to do with that. You don't understand what you're reading. Clearly. I never faked anything in my entire time online, period. Bro, Dutch, you are there. Dutch has faked so much in his life online that there's literally a thing called the Dutch sends false flag. I'm just wondering if anybody in chat knows what the Dutch sends false flag is. Because he used to say things like, YouTube is, trying to shut me down, and YouTube deleted my whole channel. And then he'd do a GoFundMe or something like that. He'd raise a whole bunch of money, and then magically all of his videos would just come back. And he did this like 4 or 5 times. He said that people broke into his friend's house and shot up the place with AK-47s, like while he was there. Hey, maybe it happened. I'm just saying, there's been a whole lot of stuff that's really, really questionable, bro. I don't see the point of carrying on anymore. Oh, the sympathy tweet. After being a bully, the sympathy tweet. This is sad. This is sad. 40,000 views on that, by the way. 40,000 views on his pity party. Final part of the email chain here, and he actually has another part of it up here, but hey, it figures you were a prison guard before all this. I was a prison guard in Arizona for like 7 years. You know, for 2 of those years, I was a prison guard. I mean, seriously, what does that got to do with anything? You would never be a prison guard. They would tear you up, bruh. Like you wouldn't last a day in there. It's just my personal opinion. Because you're too thin-skinned. Clearly. Backstory on this. Jim Lee from ClimateViewer, a longtime hater of mine who relayed death threat in 2013, 10 years ago, has made a new video this week. In this video this week, he falsely accused me of faking the note from Tari at Energetic Productions. I did not. You guys have heard it. You guys have heard it. I played it. Fake news, bro. It's fake news, okay? I'll play it again. Which one is the right one this time? This is the right one. I'll play it again. I did not accuse you of faking a freaking note, dude. Period. It says sharing Bearden's vids and swearing they had a relationship and Bearden gave him files and stuff. Faith said that. I didn't say that. Faith IGN in chat said that. Not me. No. In fact, the Bearden family is very like deadly serious about you reposting any of that stuff. And I don't believe for 1 second that, you know, Dutch has friends with the Bearden family. Even if he did, that's cool. You know what I mean? I mean, right there. And then I'm immediately, because I'm trying to be honest, even with myself, like when I'm, you know, just commenting, I'm going, you know, I don't believe it, but I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong. Like maybe he does, maybe he is friends with them. I don't know. I done told you, Michael, I don't watch your videos. I don't watch your stuff. I have not watched your stuff. I do not follow what you do. Bro, you block me on everything. Like, why? You think I'm going to make the effort? I got stuff to do, bro. I don't watch anybody's videos for that matter. Barely anybody's videos. Ask my friends. I don't. I don't have time. I mean, about the only videos I watch are, quite frankly, because he's a friend of mine. I literally called him earlier today. I was like, what should I do? And he's like, you know, no ad hominem. It's like he gave me good advice to not be a dick. And that was about it. And I appreciate that. I needed to hear that. Because, you know, the older me, the one who back then in that day, I had Graves' disease. You know, I was suffering from Graves' disease. Graves' disease literally, you know, makes you hyper, you know, it's hyperthyroid. You're very irritable. You tend to pop off. Charles, I was a very nice prison guard. You know why? Because I was a freaking criminal when I was a child. Honestly, I had an abusive childhood. You know, I've gotten hundreds of fights in high school. You know, I stole stuff. I was an alcoholic from 14 to 19. I was a drug addict after that. So when I finally got my feces consolidated was when the good Lord sent me my wife, Kelly. And she slowly pulled me out of that funk. And honestly, if it weren't for Kelly, I'd probably be dead. Honestly. Because I was just on a downhill, destructive path. And, you know, by the grace of God and by the punishment of my father, I became pretty much immune to pain. So I got very good at fighting. I did not lose fights in high school. When I finally got into the situation where I was out in Arizona, there were no jobs around there. I was, you know, a Casa Grande Valley newspaper editor, you know, like, well, I wasn't the editor. I was, you know, more of their web guy. I mainly did t-shirt designs for like a couple years. I did a lot of graphic stuff. I'm an artist. But out there in the desert, the top paying jobs were all in the prisons. So I went to work, and I've talked about this many times on the channel. I went to work for Corrections Corporation of America because in the year 2000, getting offered $25 an hour to work at a private prison was a lot of damn money. And I worked with Hawaiian inmates. And I'm going to tell you what, during the year and a half I was there, they tried to stab me 7 times. But the majority of them, there was, you know, over 500, you know, Hawaiian inmates that I was overseeing. The majority of them liked and respected me. You're always going to have your knuckleheads though. You know what I mean? They came at me. I managed to get out of there pretty much scot-free without even being touched. I only had to touch a couple people. They tried to stab me. What do you expect? But the bottom line is, I earned their respect because they recognized that I spoke the language, and I told them, I was blatantly honest with all of them. I was like, I could have been you. Like, honestly, I see me on the other side of that cell, and it's by the grace of God that I'm not. So, prone to distractions, telling side tales. It's the truth, though. I have the photos from the, you know, Florence Correctional Center in Florence, Arizona. But yeah, that was my life. I don't know why Dutch seems to think that that's a dig to insult me for working in a prison, but you know, I don't know what he does for a living. I'm not going to try to assume. This isn't about any of that. So video will not embed on this post. This is the video. This is the Tom Bearden video. We really ought to get to that now sooner than later. Hey man, Charles, I appreciate that, dude. You don't look old enough. I'm 47. I'm 47 years old. I am still in I am still in pretty damn good shape to be 47 years old, and I barely even work out. I mean, honestly. Back to the thing. Before all this gets deleted, I just want to get it recorded. For people like Jim Lee or skeptics who call this a hoax is just straight up wrong. I'm not hoaxing anything. Jim just doesn't agree with our conclusions. That's about the most honest, that's the most honest comment that I've heard so far. You know, I'm not hoaxing anything. Jim just doesn't agree with our conclusions. Agreed. Bro, from me to you, Michael, why couldn't you just stick with that? The day we all agree is the day we could all be wrong. I don't agree with the notion that NEXRADs are controlling the weather. Why do I not agree with that? This is a very important point. Everything else doesn't matter right now. I got to make this point before my autism kicks in and I completely lose it again. So I'm going to leave the chat off for just even though I can see the chat, I'm just going to try to block it out. Guys, bear with me. Logic train. I do not believe in weather control. There is no such thing as weather control. I'm going to prove it right now. And because I know that there is no weather control, then there's only weather chaos created by people who claim that they can do weather control. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple things real quick. We're just going to run through them real fast. Why not? So in chat, I'll drop the link. Why not? Here you go. Proving weather control is not real. 101. And I updated this just for this video. Here we go. Weather modification, chemical and electrical weather control. PowerPoint's up here. I'm not talking about that. What we're actually looking at right now is this. Does cloud seeding work? Why are you talking about cloud seeding? Nobody's talking about cloud seeding, Jim. We're talking about freaking Doppler radars. Does anybody see a Doppler radar anywhere on this damn screen right here? Where I said 10 technologies to own the weather today, is there a Doppler radar anywhere listed on here? No, there's not. Why? Because it's not a thing. That's why. It's not a thing. Ionospheric heaters, microwave, noctilucent, plasma clouds, ELF, VLF, sounding rockets, satellites, lasers, cloud seeding, cloud ionizers. That's what they were talking about on the Weather Modification Reporting Act of 1972 on the NOAA website. They were talking about cloud ionizers, which are electric rain making with ions, and lasers, which can not only create cloud condensation nuclei and make it rain, but they can also steer lightning bolts. It's called channeled lightning. Not on here. NEXRADs. Just saying. So back to this. What does this matter? Because cloud seeding has been around since 1946. Does it work? Just something as simple as, let me know in the chat. I'm watching the chat over here. Just trust me. Ganja, I believe you. I agree. They do believe this. That's the sad part about it, is they honestly believe that, they haven't looked into how anomalous propagation works. They don't look into, how other frequencies interfere with NEXRAD radar causing, weird stuff. Rumble chat. How are you being the bigger man here, Jim? Unsubbing from this drama. Do better. Peace. How am I being the bigger man? This dude has 600,000 subscribers and has been crying on Twitter all day long that I have been death threatening him. Do you understand what that does to me? Like, he's putting my life in danger, not the other way around. When you've got a horde of 600,000, people, and you have influence over them, and you say that somebody's threatening your life, what do you think they're going to do to poor little Jim Lee? That's why I'm addressing this. And I mean, honestly, it's all about, just drumming up some kind of drama so that more people watch his channel, which is sad. I mean, he'll literally step on my head just to get a couple extra views. I appreciate that, Jetpack Jones. Oh my God. So yeah, I got the Rumble chat up because, basically, the Restream still doesn't support it, but Jetpack Jones, and well, I love you. I appreciate you, Jetpack Jones. Thank you, bro. Or brah. Anyway, so why does this matter? Let's check this out together. I'm just going to, show this real quick. We're going to go through it real quick just to make the point. Although 40 years has passed since the first National Academy of Science report on weather modification, the committee finds itself very much in concurrence with the findings that of that assessment 40 years ago. We conclude that initiation of large-scale operational weather modification programs would be premature. Why? Many fundamental problems must be answered first. This is from Critical Issues in Weather Modification Research from the National Academies Press National Research Council, 2003. This made the Weather Modification Committee people so mad that they had to come out with the Weather Modification Association's response to the National Research Council's report titled Critical Issues in Weather Modification Research. This was a big damn deal. Like, you don't understand how big a damn deal is. Let me break it down for you. Cloud seeding was invented in 1946 by Irving Langmuir Vincent Schaefer and Bernard Vonnegut at the General Electric Labs. They've been doing cloud seeding ever since. The problem is they have never been able to prove that there is any kind of weather control. It's just weather modification, but in reality, it's crap. It is completely unpredictable. In fact, it may be actually dangerous. Want me to prove it? I'll go on. It was conducted that tests conducted so far have not yet provided either statistical or physical evidence required to establish that seeding concepts have been scientifically proven. Bro, this was written in 2003. This is another one. The change in timing and location, increase in intensity of rain, and alteration of size spectrum of raindrops may produce an enhanced downdraft, the gust of which will trigger successive development of more vigorous second, third, and fourth generation storm cells than those of unseeded clouds, and they will produce more rain than their unseeded counterparts. Do you understand what that means? That literally means that when you do cloud seeding, that the storm cells that appear afterwards could actually be more dangerous than where you were trying to actually do the weather modification to begin with. It's complete weather chaos. They have no understanding of what the hell they're doing. Critical assessment of hygroscopic seeding. Hygroscopic is not silver iodide. It's actually calcium chloride. Most people don't know that, but just saying. This is from 2003. Edwards Aquifer cloud seeding, saying that there was evidence that cloud seeding could actually decrease rainfall by accident. So they didn't want to pay for it anymore. Edwards Aquifer. Purposeful augmentation of precipitation, reduction of hail damage, dispersion of fog, and other types of cloud and storm modifications by cloud seeding are developing technologies which are still striving to achieve scientific foundation. This is from the World Meteorological Society's expert team on weather modification research, 2010. Cloud seeding was invented in 1946. They still are striving to achieve sound scientific foundation. Draft summary of the Wyoming Weather Modification Pilot Program. Analysis showed that cloud seeding produced 3% increase in precipitation with a 28% probability that the result happened by chance. Most scientists and statisticians wouldn't accept that level of uncertainty. If you say I'm 70% confident that this will have an impact, well, a lot of them will think that's not too bad. So while you're busy calling me the snake oil salesman and calling me the shills are the people who are claiming to do cloud seeding. They are shills. They are snake oil salespeople. That's why I am anti-geoengineering. That is why I'm anti-weather modification. Because if you don't know this about cloud seeding, then how the hell are you going to get to the point where you realize that geoengineering is cloud seeding on a worldwide basis? And if you haven't been able to prove the scientific efficacy of cloud seeding, which they have not, they cannot control the weather with cloud seeding, then how the hell are we ever going to get to a point where they can prove geoengineering is safe, let alone prove something as silly as Doppler radars control the weather? Nobody can control the weather. Nobody on this planet. They can alter it somewhat, but they cannot control it. What you guys are pushing is bunk, and you know it. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but this is a really important one. If you guys want to do some reading on the side, go to climateviewer.com/weather-modification and read it for yourself. Geoengineering and weather modification are considered outside of the scope of control theory. Why? It falls under chaos theory. Bro, low blow, Darren. Low freaking blow. I wish Mike was still here to debate this shill. Mike was my friend. Mike Morales was my friend. Mike Morales learned most of what he knew from the 3 years being in my chat, watching my videos before he started. If you go back to Mike Morales' first videos, ClimateViewer.com, weathermodificationhistory.com, ClimateViewer.org were in the details of every single video he made. That was my friend. We talked on the phone. I mourned his loss. I cried on this YouTube the day he died. How dare you? This shows the ignorance of people. You don't even know who you don't even know you're talking to. You don't even know you're talking to. Don't talk about my friend like that. Anyway, this paper was called On the Possible Use of Geophysical Cybernetics in Climate Manipulation, because basically they don't have enough, sensors to ever predict what they're doing. This is a relatively recent one from 2020. Right there, Hawaiian girl. I found you through Mike because me and Mike were friends, and Mike grew exponentially. And I love that about him. He really took off until YouTube literally cut his, balls off. Mike was making about $2,000 a month on YouTube, and then they just cut his nuts off, and he went down to $200 and he was scraping by. I'm not going to get into the details, but I talk to Mike a lot. Understanding cloud seeding efficacy. Although this study focuses only on 3 cases, the results are a fundamental step towards understanding cloud seeding efficacy that for over half a century has been unanswered question for water managers wishing to utilize the technology for water resource management. Quantifying snowfall from orographic cloud seeding, aka snowpack augmentation, it doesn't work. How about this one? This one will really give you a kick. This is on that paper. What does it say? Cloud seeding really does work, but only makes enough snow to dust your eyelashes. Oh, burned. I'm giving you all the weapons to prove your case beyond a shadow of a doubt. This is something you're never going to see out of Dutch Sense. Actually understanding the topic and then giving you references that are provable and understandable. I don't have debunkers coming at me left and right. All I have is personal or ad hominem attacks or people making up the fact that I death threatened them. It's just the bottom line. And I did not do that to Dutch Sense. I did not do that to Tattoo or any of them. I wanted them to stop doing what they're doing and have peace. Seriously, have peace. Take that whole Tupac thing and take it just way out of line. Oh no, that thing again. What window was I just on? I was on this one. I swear I'm going to delete this damn alert box. I only had it on there for in case somebody super chatted. I would be able to thank them. If you guys super chat, please let me know in chat because that ding-a-ling thing from when I was on Streamlabs is hella annoying. Anyway, does it work? Final paper. This is from 2023. This is as in your face as you can get. The Israel 4 experiment was stopped a year earlier than planned because the result was disappointing. A 1.8% increase, p-value 0.4, and a 95% confidence interval of -11%, 16%. These results led to a decision by the Israel Water Authority to stop operational seeding. The Israel 4 cloud seeding experiment primary results 2023 Journal of Applied Meteorology and Climatology. It's so bad that they literally were like, we are throwing our money in the air and just lighting it on fire. So if you cannot prove that cloud seeding works after 60 plus, 80? 46. Yeah, it's almost 80 years now. Am I mathing wrong right now? Jeez. Yeah, somebody's gonna like fact check me on this one. So 2024 minus 1946 equals 78. I was pretty damn close. 78 years. 78 years of cloud seeding. And scientists are still going, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Cloud seeding does not work. In fact, it could be dangerous. It could create droughts. It could create more dangerous storms and successive storm cells that occur. So let me get this straight. You want me to believe, anyone know in the chat when he does do his call-in show? I need to do a call-in show. Hell, you know what? I might take calls at the end of this. Stick around. Do I even have that thing in here? You mean this thing? What's that? Maybe we'll take a call or two. Why not? But it should be about the topic today. Because you know what? It's not every day that somebody literally dunks on you that's got 600,000 subs and then claims they're the victim. Oh my God. So back to the point I'm trying to make here is cloud seeding, no scientific efficacy, 78 years. But I'm supposed to believe, because Tom Bearden said something in 1988, that this, we'll go to the thing. Let's just go to the video. It's interesting because I watched the whole video. And, you know, you know what? I'm going to grab the card. Got a little bit of ASMR here. You know, talking about scalar and time reverse waves, you know, I went and I brought up a whole bunch of stuff, you know, on it just to, you know, go, here's how, you know, these things actually work. But interestingly enough, he focuses a lot on the Russian duga, the Russian woodpecker, all the way through the video. Interesting facts about this video. Number one. This is the reason why ads are all over it. I don't know how much I'll be able to click around on this without, you know, running in smack dab into an ad. Bro, I just literally backed it up 30 seconds and another ad played. Like, it's all right. This is the first, like, what the hell moment for me personally. Okay. Presented at the J.B. Burnell World Scientific Conference on Security and Disarmament, Vista Hotel, World Trade Center, Manhattan, New York in 1988, May. Okay. And this video was copyright 1998, Thomas Bearden, and 2010 Energetic Productions, Inc. All rights reserved. Got it. But what did I see right afterwards? Explain this one to me. No, that's not it. Produced by the Association of Distinguished American Scientists. Okay. What are those right there? Support by R.J. Reynolds III is gratefully acknowledged. All right. R.J. Reynolds, I thought that was a dirty word. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought that was a dirty word. So anyway, you get through this whole video. Video, and all the way towards the end, you see this huge spike. Why? Because in the live chat, people are losing their freaking minds because the audio just magically went out. Want to see? Right about here. Right about here. And then everybody's like, where'd the audio go? And I don't know. I don't know what happened. Wait till the end, guys, man. You're going to see some harp rings. So it gets about here. And let's see. End credits. I don't know what's going on with this chat over here. Anyway. So I'm looking at this thing and I'm going, There's no sound now. There's been sound all the way up to here. And then suddenly there's this stuff added in at the end. And then it says this. Indianapolis Star, Saturday, August 3rd, 1996. Page B7. Still no audio, no context. We don't hear Thomas Bearden talking. We have no idea why this is even here. And this pops up. Unusual rings on radar screen become subject of speculation. I saw August 2nd, 1996. Can I read? There's no way to read that. That's just garbage. What's the detail on this thing? Auto, so just 720p is as good as it gets. August 2nd, 1996. Also something. I can't read that. I mean, like one ring missing. I mean, I guess there's somebody who drew on this paper here. But this paper, all of this here at the end is, just completely like, we don't know that this was even in the original. I mean, like, I cannot say for certain. I'm not claiming that it wasn't, but without any audio or context for why this is here, I'm like, oh, try closed captions. Good idea. Let's see what happens. It says E. That was a good idea, though. Yeah, let me see. No, it's just saying E. Anyway, so this pops up on the screen, and then all of this happens. February 01. Big starburst. Starburst. Yep. Ring flash. Starburst. Ring flash. With some atmospheric bloom. Ring flash. Okay, ring flash. Those are them harp rings. And I mean, meanwhile, Dutch is over here on the side. He's like, look. This documentary ends in 2010. My research picks up at the end of 2010 where I started. Look. Boom, radar rings, pulses, harp rings. Okay, bro. And he's just going off about this the whole way through. And then it goes back to credits, it's like rolling the credits, showing more harp rings. And there is no audio through all of this. And then afterwards it starts showing this, this is a Red Eye on Fox. I don't know what this is, but anyway, they're talking about something. I think they're talking about Hugo Chavez or something like that. And then eventually the audio kicks back in like towards the end. So the entire part where they even have this harp ring, this NEXRAD ring thing come up, there's no audio whatsoever. So I'm sitting here going, bro, what the hell even was that about? I mean, honestly. So, me, being the curious type that I am, and I told you the truth. I never watched this video before today. I watched parts of it, a long time ago. How old is this video? This video says it's a month ago. He actually live streamed this in the middle of one of his, earthquake live streams. So I caught it on that one. And I don't know. I think maybe that one got took down or maybe it's still there. I don't know. But everybody shared it with me. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll check it out. I had a day where I could actually watch some of it. And I watched a little bit of the beginning of it about the Duga stuff. And that was about it, but this, video, I've never seen this, till today. And it just struck me as odd that even came up. So of course, me being, the type of person that I am, I had to go and look it up. I was like, well, where did that even come from? Why does photos.exe want to talk to the internet? How about no? When Windows. My God. So what did I do? I'm a curious type. I went and I got a copy of it. Unusual radar rings. On screen. Steve Haynes looks at replay of circles left screen, and he observed the National Weather Service radar Friday. He thinks flocks of migrating birds caused the circles. Oh my God, my head's gonna explode. Like, that was your smoking gun evidence. That was your smoking gun evidence. This article interweaved into the end of a, Thomas Bearden video. This is what you came up with. Bruh, I don't know what to say about it other than, damn, that's reaching. So for all of you out there that want to say Jimbo's a shill, I too am always, fascinated by things that go electric weather modification. That's why I, wrote this, shocking electric weather modification companies in 2019. The original version of this is actually from 2014. Wasn't it? Cloud ionization. Yeah, this was actually featured on Alex Jones like a while ago. 2014, right there. You guys can see it. When I first wrote this, cloud ionization, electric rainmaking, and laser guided weather modification. There, you can see it now. I'll drop it in chat. You can check it out. So I'm not some kind of denier. I'm not some kind of gatekeeper. These are the things that I've been researching, and what I came to the conclusion was lasers and cloud ionizers. Those are the only radio or electric types of weather modification. There's also the guy who was dumping electrified water, the USDA guy. But that's about it. You know what? I'll even show that. Why not? I'm going to come over here, Control-Shift-B, and I'll go. Ooh, I shouldn't show this on screen because it's my actual text messages. That would be kind of stupid, right? Gmail, voice, texting myself, patents. All right, here we go. Boom. Aerial electrostatic system for weather modification. The latest United States of America as represented by the Secretary of the Agriculture patents. And this patent is for using tap water to basically an aircraft equipped with spraying system comprised of at least one sprayer, the sprayer comprising a spray nozzle that produces atomized spray, an electrode that surrounds the nozzle, and basically using electrified water. Okay, so if you go to weather modification history, come here. Where you going, buddy? You've been hanging out on the back of my desk this whole time, my cat. Buddy, come here. Prince. My cat. My cat. If you come over here to weather modification history and you go to interactive timeline, and then you type in electrified, maybe. No, that's electric drones. Let's see. No, that's not it. Maybe it's USDA. Yeah, it's right there next to it, Dingleberry. USDA sprays electrified water over Texas. And that's in the weather modification history timeline. That's the extent of electric weather modification you're going to get. Is laser beams. Another example of that is on here. Let's go rod. He said rod. Laser guided lightning rods. Again, show us the cat, they say. Hold on. Come here, buddy. They want to see you. They want to see you. That's my baby right there. I know you don't want to be on TV though. He's like, damn that. No. How about no, daddy? So Prince is my don't touch me cat, and my other one is like, oh yeah, give me more of that. Leans way in. Anyway, so guys, I guess we're on one at this point. You know, like I got a bunch of other stuff I could show you, but I'm not gonna bore you to tears. The other thing, you know, with the Thomas Bearden and yeah, Prince, he's freaking gorgeous, man. He is just so damn gorgeous. Yes, I said rods. That's where we were at. Where was that? Where'd I put it? Okay, laser guided lightning rods. Check it out. So this is the other thing that most people don't, you know, talk about. You just don't hear it too often. This is them shooting laser beams to actually laser lightning rod in action right there. Laser controlled lightning. This is from DARPA. Being able to channel lightning through a laser. This is Terra Mobile, the femtosecond terawatt mobile laser beam. This is the Boeing YAL airborne laser. You know, Boeing YAL plus airborne laser plus thunderstorm equal fried enemies. This is actually a picture of a wire lightning test where they actually shoot a rocket up in the air with a wire behind it. So the lightning bolts that you're seeing there, these are from a rocket tethered wire. Anyway, things people don't think about, but yeah, I guess I could show the video, but I'll just cut the audio real quick, make sure the audio's off. Laser lightning rods, absolute zero and hurricane. Oh, well, that's my damn video. That's kind of boring. I think this is the original. Yeah. Laser lightning rod project. You can see it for yourself. Go look it up on YouTube. But, you know, they show, here's the idea. See? Look at that. It's lasers for protecting things from lightning bolts. This is the extent of electric weather modification. Like everything there is, I talk about it. So I guess, you know, I need to make my summary points. No death threat. I made an analogy about polarizing our community. This is from me to you, Dutch. Wake up, bro. No death threat. I made an analogy about polarizing our community using Tupac and Biggie and being the sensitive beta. My wife wrote this. and being the sensitive beta that Dutch is, he took it as a threat. Weird. You set me up, Kelly. I just read that. I said I would. There was supposed to be no ad hoc. Oh my God. Go ahead, Prince. Get out of here. He's like literally scratching on my door trying to get out of the damn room. Oh my God. Yeah, so my wife set me up. Number two, because we were brainstorming this outside and I wanted to make sure I had it all. Yeah, I'll take a call or two. Why not? Because at this point, like, I could read you all the rest of the tweets. But bro, I mean, what am I supposed to do with that, right? Number two, I will always comment on weather mod geoengineering information, especially if it's a big story. This story has my inbox full of questions. So to Into Thin Air, thanks. Brad, thanks. Saw you on InfoWars. You did a pretty good job, dude, for it being your first interview. Kudos, man. But because of you and because of people, Robert remembers, suspicious observer blamed Dutch for stealing his earthquakes. You had to be there. That's one of those inside jokes. So, you know, my story was this story was my inbox full of questions. So if I wasn't getting so many emails about NEXRAD specifically, and in addition, A whole bunch of people joined my Telegram. You can join my Telegram chat here. Lord knows don't come into my damn Telegram, raising hell about NEXRAD. Period. It's not cool. Not kosher. But that's what happened because, it's trending. And when it's trending, people are going to ask questions. So, of course, I'm going to address it because this is my wheelhouse. Geoengineering, weather modification, space weather modification. Chemtrails, contrails, plane farts. Damn it, Willie, Willie, hold on. See, he knew that I brought up the Google Voice. Mike, okay, guys, fine. I was trying to make a point, bro. What's up, Mike? How you doing, bro? Hold on, let me turn you on so everybody can hear you.
Cool.
What's up, man?
Well, out in the Pacific right now, you can get a great view of the SPX if you go to your El Dorado link on your ClimateViewer.
Oh, is it up right now?
Yes. I got my computer down, so when you pull it up, I'll explain what's happening.
Didn't you drop a link in chat earlier?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna scroll up and look. Okay. Shoot, bro.
In the Northeast Pacific color infrared satellite loop, you will see the report with the arc of the SBX, sea-base X-band radar arc.
Where am I looking at?
Go to El Dorado weather. EDW.
Yeah, I'm on the page.
There you go. Perfect. Now I'm seeing it. Click the stop button at 1830 UTC.
1830 UTC. That's magically where I just clicked the stop button.
Right. And it's not stopping.
Well, there's like a 20. I think it's probably like a 20-second delay between what you're going to see on the screen and what I'm actually seeing.
Sure. I understand now. So if you click that, there you go. Perfect. Now look up at the right angle right there. Yeah. The report that you're seeing in that, and if you zoom it in, the report that you're seeing of all those dots is the report of the SPX sea-base X-band radar that's out in the Pacific.
This right here. This top corner, basically that elbow, and then you see all these ridges coming off of it towards the north.
Yes.
Now, are you saying that this is radar data coming from the NEXRAD, or this is NEXRAD affecting the rain that's out there?
That's NEXRAD affecting the rain that's out there. Correct.
Okay. Or you mean the SPX? I said NEXRAD. You meant the SPX.
Correct. NEXRAD radar. Okay. Yes.
So just a couple questions, because I'm curious about this. Are you familiar with what X-band is?
Yes.
So, like, what frequency range are we talking about here?
Oh, I don't know about the frequency range. I'm familiar with what radar can do to water, any type of microwaving.
Okay. But
so you look at, go ahead.
So this is the part that I think that people forget about atmospheric heating, especially when it comes to water vapor, is that if you, let's just pretend for a second that, this is possible, that you have a beam fixed on a specific location. The sky is a river, right?
Correct.
And the river is always moving. So
correct.
If you fix a beam in a specific location, you can only heat that location for a certain amount of time before it's going to move on downstream. And then because loss of energy, because entropy, because loss of heat, the heating will dissipate. Agreed?
Correct. Heating, yes, heating will dissipate.
So most of these NEXRAD theories are based on the idea that either A, there's some kind of scalar interferometry, B, there's localized heating, and though neither one of those really jive, especially on the kind of scale you're talking about here. Does that look freaking weird? That looks freaking weird. I agree.
Yeah, it is weird. Hang on a minute.
It's taking almost a perfect right angle. Looks weird as hell to me. Can I explain it? No, I cannot. I cannot explain that. Why there's a right angle. You know why? I'm not a freaking meteorologist, for one. But for two, you have to understand that what we're looking at is satellite-based infrared, which is then processed through a computer and color-coded for density, correct?
Yeah, it's got to go through a computer to be processed.
Cody,
correct.
Chat, I'll put the number up in a moment. Willie, you get to be the last caller because Willie's long-winded, but Willie cracks me up. But so the point I want to make is that a lot of times, when people see these things, it's kind of like this, dude. People are so familiar with like watching CSI. You know what I mean? And CSI is just there's a whole lot of like graphics that are on the screen that just aren't freaking real. You know what I mean? Like unbelievably real. Especially when they're doing any kind of hacking or any of that. They're basically like, trying to, I don't know, like it's like so, movie theatrical. And in the real world, stuff doesn't look like that. Especially when it comes to like atmospheric stuff. I mean, if you'd have seen some of the ghetto equipment they had up at HARP, it would blow your mind. I mean, like, honestly, like they had some pretty ghetto equipment. And then you have to think about these, WSR-88Ds are invented in deployed in 1988. That's why the 88's in there. NEXRADs, Weather Service radio, radar 1988D, dual polarization. A lot of these, the software products, for most people, all you're ever going to see is what's called baseline reflectivity. You're familiar with this term? Obviously.
No.
Okay. Well, baseline reflectivity is just, the raw reflective
reflection. Correct.
Yeah. So it's going to be, I think you're spiking out. Some people are saying that it's kind of hard to hear you. I think maybe I could turn it down a notch and you won't clip. But basically, everything that gets returned as an echo on that radar is going to show up.
It's an anomaly. Correct.
Yeah, so there's a lot of anomalies. I'm going to put I'll put the number up, but know that I only have one phone line, guys. So the number right there, I'm going to leave it, up on the screen. But don't call until I'm off the phone with Mike, because Mike's already first.
I'm asking that everyone does surveillance on this El Dorado weather, edw.com, in that, and you will find it through your link.
Do you? Yeah, it's
I'll
show everybody how to get there. Okay.
It's in your ClimateViewer,
So
and then if you go to the full Pacific view, you'll see the same, only in real time.
If you go to ClimateViewer, if you're on ClimateViewer 3D, that right here is a thing that says Earth Monitor. It is also on the menu under More. You can click on Earth Monitor. And that's where I keep all of my external links, okay? So if you click on Earth Monitor, it's going to pop up and it's going to say satellite imagery. There's a whole lot of that. Stuff in space, climate change, ship tracking, flight tracking, pollution, space weather, all these things. Power plants, weather, zoomer, Venture Sky, wind map, NOAA Outcoast. And you're grabbing it from...
I'm just going right to the raw data that comes out of SSEC, out of University of Wisconsin.
Yeah. So the other one I really like is the Ram B slider. And if I didn't know
Ram, I've got Ram up too.
Yeah, and Ram's pretty
Colorado
awesome because you can animate it. And that's a specific way. So I'm going to go to the Himawari right now, which should show that area that you're looking at. Let me go real quick back to where you were. We're at 1800 UTC on.
You want to go to Ghost 18, but that won't show up on Ram Sierra from Colorado State.
This is May 10. Why is this showing May 10th?
Stay behind. They've been doing that.
Sucks.
Yeah,
let me see.
definitely.
I don't know if I can go back that far. Yeah, you can't go back that far on here.
They've been censoring everything going out because I've been saying
West.
I've been saying all along that University of Wisconsin is behind the curtain because if they've got all this information and raw data and they're not talking about it and the media is not talking about it, well, then we're being blamed for conspiracies that are actually happening.
Well, this is the one I want to introduce you to. And this is Jeff and I, this is the one that gives us our jollies. And it's called Day Cloud Phase Distinction.
Day Cloud.
It's under multispectral RGB composites. Day Cloud Phase Distinction.
I'll get back to you on that.
Bro, this thing is freaking epic because it can actually show you the difference in the types of clouds that are out there.
There we go. Okay, now I see it.
Tell me that thing ain't freaking gorgeous.
So that's on RAM. Okay, let me go to RAM.
So it's I'm on Goes 18 West. Okay.
Okay.
I'm on under product. That's where you're going to click it, and you go down to multispectral at the bottom. Day cloud phase distinction. It really highlights the difference in the types of clouds.
Okay, hang on a minute.
They really upgraded this thing because,
cloud products. Is that what you're talking about?
No, just where it says right at the top, it's going to say product.
Right, correct. I'm in that column.
And then all the way down at the bottom is multispectral RGB composite, not above cloud products. Multispectral RGB composites is the third one. Day cloud phase distinction, JMA.
Day snow fog.
Jeff.
Day cloud phase distinction. There we go. I got it.
Jeff's in chat right now. Jeff, let him know what the colors mean because we were going over it the other day and I
you can see the chemtrails perfectly in there.
You can see the chemtrails perfectly. That's one of the beautiful things about this one for sure.
Right.
This is your chemtrail view. Coma says it's a globe model.
Right.
I think he's getting triggered by the roundness of this sexy beast.
It's a flat Earth square globe model.
It's flat all the way around.
Yes.
But
yes,
I would suggest you check this out. Jeff, help me out, brother. You leaving me hanging, man. Jeff M in chat in Google chat right now. That's my friend, the meteorologist who.
So watching this progression here, you'll see the
color codes on the bottom.
You'll see the flat line. Okay, take out from British Columbia and Washington straight out. You'll see the flat line that the SPX has made with its weather modification manipulation out in the Pacific. So that is the beginning of the rotation of the massive storm that is being blown apart. But it doesn't show you.
Well, that's why I was saying you might be able to get a better view of it from the Himawari.
Right. Okay. Well, let me look.
Because of the angle, you're actually coming from the Japanese satellite, not the freaking not the NASA, the GOES 18.
Okay, I'm on
Because
Himawari.
the Himawaris, it's pretty much centered like over New Zealand, like so it's. But of
And
course, it's nighttime in this shot, and we can't go back. That's the biggest problem with this is that I can't go back several days, and
right.
I don't know why, Jeff, but my color chart's not showing up.
Okay, I got the Himawari up, and I got the link up that you talked about. And next is zoom in. Let's see what you're talking about. It's all green.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing anything on the Himawari right now because
No.
it's all nighttime, so you're not. I got nothing visible there. That's the problem. But yeah,
Well,
this
let's
is
go back.
this is a cool one. Get some good looks at it, and track it against what you're seeing on the others. My best suggestion is whether it's NEXRAD or it's chemtrails or whatever, you want to just try to compare as many different products as possible. When it's
Correct.
NEXRAD,
Right.
never just accept, baseline reflectivity. Like if you go to College of DuPage, and I mean, I could do that real quick and just show you guys. Where is it at? I put it in my to-do thing. NEXRAD trolls, no. NEXRAD hoax, no. Where's the NEXRAD data thing? Did it get stuck inside? Yeah, it did. Sources right there. Put that up here. To-do. Should be in my monitor, not in my to-do. But NEXRAD sources, satellite radar DX here. So you have these different data sets, and I'm pretty sure, not active warnings, damn it. You can go to radar selection. There's some action down here, so let's go to that. And you can change. So over on the side, you see base reflectivity, and then you see base velocity, differential reflectivity, and then they have the different tilts. Okay? So whenever you're looking at these, don't just watch the baseline reflectivity. Okay? What is this thing doing? Why is it not loading? Why you want
There you go. Nice view. I got back into your thing. Go back to that NEXRAD view. When you're looking at all of this color out there, it's not much different than a neon light.
Agreed.
So that's basically what's cooking the atmosphere.
Yeah, Jeff.
And
I got no color codes for the RAM slider for some reason. It's just not showing up on here. Like there should be a legend on here, and it's disappeared.
This is College of DuPage.
I know, but Jeff's talking about this, and it might be my my pop-up blocker, my ad blocker was showing. So now, like at the bottom, you can literally see water at surface, land at surface, snow at surface, glaciating, CLD, then low water CLD, thick high ice, thin high ice, thin mid water. So you're
wondering what the colors are. The blue green is moisture. The red is drier air.
Yeah. So I mean, well, it's thin high ice is what it says here.
The red is thin high ice.
Yeah. So that's your cirrus clouds.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, you can tell how close to the surface it is. So like this is marine stratocumulus. Okay? This light blue that you see underneath. And then above that you're seeing thick high ice, and then thin high ice, and then low water. So basically like as you get up in this chart, you're going up in it's cloud. Thank you, Jeff. Thick high ice cloud. Bro, my brain is gone. I've literally been trolled all day long by Michael, and I'm having like a complete meltdown on inside the internals right now, and I'm going CLD. That's cloud.
Don't worry about him. Years ago, he said that Arizona was exploding with volcanoes, and it turned out they were forest fires.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
I threw the door
Shut up,
on
Mike.
that.
I remember that. But Mike, you get where I'm coming from, right? Like this is not personal. Like for me, I still don't take this personally because, I mean, either he's completely full of crap or he honestly believes, what he's saying. And either way, it doesn't change much, like when the dude's out there telling people, hundreds of thousands of people that I'm threatening his life, that's a problem. And I got to deal with it. You know what I mean? And I have never threatened his life. I've never threatened anybody's life online. That's just stupid. I don't threaten people's life in real life. And I have a gun. I'm a security guard. I'm literally South Carolina Law Enforcement Division. I can't go around threatening people's lives, okay? The stupidity of all this is just insane. Well, Mike, I gotta
hey, get somebody else up here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a couple more calls, and then I'm gonna have to call it because it's already 10 o'clock, guys. Yeah, man, Mike, I love you, brother. Check the other products. Whenever the point I was trying to make about the College page is when you're there and you're looking at the radar, don't just look at base reflectivity. Base reflectivity is going to give you a lot of those artifacts that you're going to see. So if it's interfering with a cell phone tower, or if it's interfering with, there are times where the sun is setting and they used to have all the laser beams were pointed the exact same way, all that stuff.
Well, laser out, buddy.
All right, man. Love you, Mike.
Stay well.
I'm going to take the next call, dude.
Good talking to you.
Good talking with you,
too. Bye-bye.
Hey, what's up? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Jim.
Hey, what's up, man? Who's this?
Oh, this is Cody calling from New Mexico. Just wanted to chime in on that whole Dutch sense thing.
Have at it, bro.
Well, I think he's pretty good with that forecasting the earthquakes and all that. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, I think quite frankly, he said it the best. If you can get past all the theatrics while listening to him, then that's the best. But I don't know what his, I don't want to say schizophrenic, but I don't know what his deal is. But
I'm not a doctor either, bro. I'm not trying to diagnose him because I got enough of my own problems, bro. I mean, honestly,
yeah.
I was never diagnosed, but I'm pretty damn sure I have some form of autism or ADHD or something. Who freaking knows? Maybe it was from smoking weed for 20 years and I've just got a tick loose. But the truth of the matter is I don't have any kind of ill will or intent towards anybody. And for, some dude punching down, I mean, there's no other way else to put it. But when you got 600,000 subscribers and you're so concerned about literally less than 15 seconds of a video I made, and that's where you start, and then you go to, by the way, this dude death threatened me and he's working with a Russian dude up in, millionaires up in, New York, and that's why he did it all, and everything he ever said's bullshit. It's like, whoa, dude, like you went way too far, way too far.
Yeah, well,
it's
always right. It's always something with him. I mean, I don't know. He always does good work with all the earthquake forecasting, but every day it's like, oh, the oil companies are after me. My IP address is banned. The government, if they really wanted him off, to not do what he's doing.
So are you basically saying that he's a professional victim or a perpetual victim?
Professional bullshitter, I guess. I don't know.
You said it, I didn't. Okay, I mean,
but I will say that the earthquake stuff that he does, that's pretty. I mean, I've seen it. Like, I just don't get why he's got to be like. I don't know if he just does it to get more attention or whatever. He could just do what he's doing and be fine and get a following, but he has to add all this theatrics, like quite frankly said, like, and it just makes it repulsive. Like,
Yeah,
I think that's what he's doing with you as well. So I don't know, it's kind of annoying.
Is that like he was so into weather modification at first, and I was like, well, why don't we work together? I mean, dude, I literally have every single Doppler radar on the planet, in North America mapped out, and all of the ionospheric heaters, all the missile defense radars, all the VLF, ELF transmitters. Why don't we try to figure out if there is some there? And dude was just like, no, I don't play well with others. I was like, okay, fine, moving on. And then the next thing I know, I get dragged into the middle of this, online war. Honestly, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that I would just be able to say something and then it would be taken for what I said, and that would be that. You know what I mean? But
right.
It really like blossomed like really quickly, and I'm like, okay, there's that.
Yeah.
Kevin Mitchell says Dutch was accurate about where and when tornadoes would strike. But let's be real. I mean, just like the into thin air guy, that's doing them right now, when you go, the government has made a prediction that there's going to be tornadoes in this area. And then you go looking for radar anomalies in that area. And then you claim that the radar anomalies are what are causing the earthquake, the tornadoes that are going to be in that area. Come on.
Yeah. Well, I've seen all that all over Twitter with the radar stuff, but I haven't followed it or been investigated it too much. But I know you had some shows on it and all that, but yeah, I don't know anything about that. I can't really comment on that stuff, but
I mean,
it's probably horse shit like the rest of it, but I don't know.
I don't know either, dude. Like, hey, he might be good at earthquake. I wasn't lying when I said I stopped watching him. I mean, after he attacked my family in 2013 and all of 2014, him and his crew, and then he finally admitted to it, and I got them to basically agree to delete everything, because I did a 6-hour Google Hangout where I like put them all on blast. I said all their names, all their addresses, everything they'd ever done. I called some of their family members, is like, do you know what these sons of bitches are doing online? And after all that, they said uncle. They agreed to a phone call, and I got a recording of Dutch Sense literally admitting that, yeah, he made up the Tupac Biggie was a death threat, and that it got out of hand, and he was sorry. And then he tried to make up with me, and my wife literally grabs the phone out of my hand and is like, no, fuck you, Michael. You guys are not going to be friends. And I think that's really where, like after it all, like there could have been some peace, but my wife was like, no, after the shit you put us through, there is no way that y'all are going to be okay. I'm not going to allow that. So.
Yeah, well, it was probably pretty wise. Dude,
hey, I trust my wife. You know what I mean? She's smart cookie, and if she's saying it's a bad idea, then it's a bad idea. My damn mic has like slowly been turned down this entire time. I forgot about this thing. The freaking Google Voice turning my volume down bug.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. What do you think about the earthquake stuff he does? Because I feel like I've actually seen like that is some accurate and true stuff, but
Honestly, bro, I don't even have an opinion.
other than,
I mean, 'cause
other than,
I mean, 'cause
yeah, I mean, other than him, I know what he's done to you and all that,
no,
but
I mean, again, I don't take this shit personally. Like, if he's good at, freaking doing that, then good on him. You know what I mean? Like, good for you. Honestly, I
yeah,
don't watch it. That's the main thing. Like, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't have an opinion because honestly, I have not watched any of his his earthquake stuff. I mean, so
yeah, that's the
like
only
you
thing
were
I know
saying,
him
you don't
for.
have an opinion on the whole, NEXRAD thing. I don't have an informed opinion on his earthquake prediction skills because I've never watched it. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Well, I appreciate it, brother. Let me
Tell him to cut it out with all the theatrics.
yeah, I mean, just do your infotainment and quit dragging people in the mud, and being a drama llama. That's really all that, anybody can expect out of somebody who's online personality. God.
Yes, sir.
Well, appreciate
Well,
it,
cool
Cody,
deal,
man.
man. Yes, sir. Well, you have a good night.
You too, brother.
Later.
All right. Note to self: never ever use Google Voice on Chrome because it just slowly turns my volume down over and over and over again. Doesn't do that in Firefox. All right, I guess one more. So, like I said, all right, Willie. All right, I'm gonna pick up the phone, Willie. I promise you could be last. But Willie, you gotta hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on a second because I gotta finish reading my notes and then we'll talk.
All right, no
okay? You can even comment on my notes, but I gotta make the rest of
Go
the
ahead.
points that I had planned to do anyway. So
All right,
I'm
no problem.
I'm gonna
Ain't no thing.
look this dude in the eye. I'm gonna mute for just a second and then I'm gonna do this. All right. So to be clear, why I made this video. I never death threatened Dutch. It was a Tupac and Biggie reference because him and Suspicious Observer were threatening each other. Their fans were threatening each other. I said, I hope that you guys don't end up like Tupac and Biggie. Please stop what you're doing. This is not good. I will always comment on anything weather modification or geoengineering related because that's my wheelhouse. That's what I do. That's what I'm interested in. And if my inbox gets flooded with a particular story, I'm going to comment on it like I did with the previous video, the NEXRAD hoax. It's my opinion. My opinion could be wrong. And the day we all agree is the day we could all be wrong. I didn't know that there was a letter or that Dutch claimed he had a letter when my chat mentioned the letter. I said I seriously doubted if Dutch says there's a letter. And what I actually said was I seriously doubt that Dutch is friends with Thomas Bearden. And he went on from that to, no, I got a letter and that's why I got this stuff. And I honestly didn't know. And even this morning when I got up for church, the very first comment I saw was on my YouTube. I said to him, if you say you got a letter from them, I'll take your word for it. I believe you. If I need to remind people, I can show you the comment because it's still right here on the freaking screen. I said, if you, I don't know who Terry at Energetic Productions is, but if you say that's how you got the tapes, I'll take your word and I believe you. Honestly, like it doesn't have anything to do with me talking about how NEXRAD radars can't make freaking, scalar waves or scalar interferometry or any of that stuff. It can't control the weather. I've watched the weather. I've watched the NEXRAD. I've never seen the NEXRAD move any weather. I've seen a whole lot of radar freakouts. None of them ever changed the weather. There were tornadoes before there were weather Doppler radar. There are tornadoes now. That does not mean that the Dopplers are creating tornadoes. Anyway, No weather modification projects have ever proven to modify the weather. I covered that earlier. Cloud seeding still sucks. They've never been able to prove it in 78 years. So why the hell would we believe that suddenly they just magically figured out how to control the weather with a Doppler radar when, and I want to make this blatantly clear, there has never been a single paper published anywhere by any scientist on the planet claiming to be able to control or modify the weather with radio frequency waves, with radar, with transmitted electromagnetic energy other than lasers and cloud ionizers. And cloud ionizers are not freaking radars. It's just not possible. Number 6, sorry, not sorry. If you come at me and you claim a whole bunch of bullshit on the internet and you say that I death threatened you, you're putting my life in danger. Know that I'm going to report this to Twitter. Know this. Because what you're doing is you're using the platform to spread misinformation about me, demanding that I apologize for, this whole Thomas Bearden shenanigans about you got a letter crap, and then you want me to apologize to you. Dutch, you should apologize to me for lying about me death threatening you. I mean, it's been 11 years since the first time I said it to you. You got it then. You lied about it then. You're lying about it now. And I'm not going to take it lying down. I'm going to report what you're doing. So if you'd like to apologize to me for lying about the death threats, I greatly appreciate it. Alternatively, anytime you want to debate, I'm open for that. Facts don't care about your feelings. And I don't care about your feelings. You have not hurt my feelings today. The difference between me 10, 11 years ago and me today is my skin's gotten thicker. Apparently yours has not. That's all I can say about it. I'm not faulting you for that. I know that you've been hurt, Michael. I know that people have attacked you. I've been there for a lot of it. I've seen it happen. I know your story. Don't take that shit out on me. I'm not that guy. I didn't do that to you. And because you've been hurt, and because you've been manipulated, and because you've had people take advantage of you and probably threaten your life, maybe you should not do that to other people. Maybe you should rise above. Because I would never do that to you. I would never ask anybody in my audience to do that to you. In fact, I say attack ideas, not people, because I believe it. I believe in vigorously disagreeing with people and arguing, but not violence. And saying that I'm death threatening you is definitely violence. Never happened. Fake news. I'm calling you on that. This is not personal. Even though he wants to make it personal. I have to defend my reputation. That's all I have on. That's all you have on the internet. Let's be real. All you've got is your reputation on the internet. Everything else is bullshit. And I have done my damnedest to be honest with everybody about what I know, what I don't know. When I've been wrong in the past, I admit to it. I own up to it, and I'll tell you, hey, I got it wrong based on this new information. Reputation matters. And when you got somebody with 92,000 followers on Twitter, 600,000 subscribers on YouTube, and he's out there telling everybody, this guy's threatening my life, and he threatened my life before, and he's threatening my life now. I'm not going to read some of the comments from his, horde, but you would not believe some of the stuff that's been said today about me. Thick skin, go and brush your shoulders off. It's not personal. But grow up, dude. Don't do that to people. Don't do that. I'll take it this time. Don't do it to anybody else. Like, make this a learning experience, Michael. Dutch sense, you should not be doing this to people. But you should have known he'd take it personally because he never does it. That's from my wife. My wife wrote me notes. Yeah, I should have known. I should have known that he would take me criticizing harp rings and NEXRAD as a hoax personally. That's really what this is all about. It isn't about the video or me saying that he didn't get it the way he said he got it, because I didn't even know. Like, I honestly didn't know. The bottom line is he's butthurt because I brought up the fact that he came up with harp rings, and here we are today. And without further ado, I introduce to you the man, the myth, the legend, the force of nature, Willie Fix It. What's up, Willie?
Hey, pal. I figured it out.
What'd you figure out?
It's the NEXRAD.
Oh,
It's what it is, man. They amplified it and they made it better, and they shot it to the sun, and they caused the Carrington event.
Is that what caused? That's what caused all of the.
Caused the Carrington event, and it was all with the telegraphs. That's why we don't have telegraphs anymore, because it's a deadly weapon. I'm telling you, man.
So let me get this straight.
No, it was enhanced with the harp too, because they had a thing. They did an experiment the other day, and that's why.
Oh God, I saw that too. Like, dude, Into Thin Air was like, well, isn't this coincidental? Harp was on, and that's why we're having all this air glow around.
Oh my God! Oh, I'm telling you, it's so fucking.
Oh my God!
It's so easy to. I don't even know what the word to follow the leader or whatever. Holy shit,
dude!
It's so
like,
fucking crazy.
Anybody, like, most people know that I was friends with Chris Fallon. Like, we were adversarial at first because that's just the way it is. You tell me you're the director of Harp and I can't stand the damn thing, we're going to get it on Twitter. And we went back and forth until finally, at some point we became friends. Like, I sent him my PowerPoint. He was like, this is actually pretty accurate. And then, he kind of saw me different, And then eventually we got to a point where we talked on the phone. And I was just kind of verifying a lot of the stuff that I read, it's almost, like, okay. And he was doing the Harpoon test series, which was specifically on creating artificial air glow. So I was like, send me some pictures. They could barely make it glow in like a tiny spot directly above the Harp ionospheric research instrument, above the main array.
Yeah, but you read the next page. The other person just read, take him to do it. That's what happened.
I mean,
that it only happened the size of a baseball.
I mean, it literally is like, I could bring it up real quick and show you guys, but I mean, it's like so small. I mean, it's such a small area, and it's very faint, and it can only be done in certain ionospheric conditions at night. So, like, the silliness of people that, Dutch for the longest time used to say that NEXRADs were ionospheric heaters. And I had to explain to him that ionospheric heaters, they point up, dude. They point up at the sky. They don't point out to the sides. That's that's the first part of becoming an ionospheric heater. There's many other requirements, but this ain't that.
Yeah, the direction, the aim is,
bro,
pointed towards the ionosphere. Yeah. Oh, it's insane, man. The amount of disinformation that they're trying to back up with facts that aren't. And I dropped a couple things. I said, if you want to hear
you
the
just
real
kind of blew
story,
my mind, though.
Go to Jim's site.
So you're telling me
this guy explain it to you
that the NEXRADs caused the Carrington event in 1859?
No, yeah, man, that's the truth. Joe Biden's uncle did it. You didn't know about that?
I mean, and
it's in the newspaper.
Oh,
That's
Lord.
why they got rid of telegraphs, because their telegraphs were really deadly weapons. Oh, man, that's Morse code, dot, 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 dash, 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 dot, dot, dot. That was bad news.
Here, I'm gonna drop these links in chat. People are coming in late and they don't know what's going on, so I don't know how many of these tweets even still exist. but you guys could
They
take
were
a look.
blocked all over the place. I looked for him because I saw he said Jim Lee or something, and he says flying to New York with millionaires or something. I'm like, boy, that don't even sound like Jim Lee. I didn't realize it was so many years ago, but that's all I seen. And
Yeah.
I said, Jim don't even like to fly.
No, I did fly up there. It's the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, John Masaria talked me into it. And he's like, look, he's a friend of mine. You know, I've been telling him about your stuff. The link's broken. Yeah. Basically, like a bunch of his fans started getting on his ass about it. And what you see is right here. Many of my viewers are telling me to move on from these false public accusations and continue with my research. I will be doing that starting now. And that was 2 hours ago. It said 7:26 p.m. So let me get this straight. Dutch, I woke up this morning before church and you had already dropped a bomb on my YouTube. And you literally tweeted falsehoods about me all fucking day long. And apparently at some point, people were like, hey, maybe you should stop doing this. A lot of them were saying, all you're doing is giving attention to the guy. I didn't even know who Jim Lee from ClimateViewer was.
I hope
like pointing out the obvious. Like, bro, I'm like one of the most shadow banned people on the planet. Like, you're doing me a favor. Just, there is no such thing as bad press. P.T. Barnum, ever heard it?
Yeah.
I mean, like, but at the same time, I don't like a dude out there lying, saying that I'm threatening his life, because there's a lot of freaking crazy people on the internet. I mean, it's just the bottom line.
Question. Especially when you got 600,000, like you said, there's got to be at least a half a dozen wackos in that crew.
I mean, bro, my wife watches like all these, things on mass murderers and stuff. And it's like, when you start breaking down the percentages, I'm like, if he's got 600,000 followers, then there's at least 10 murderers in there. I mean, there's at least 10. I mean, at a minimum, there's at least 10 of them are actually people who have or are going to murder somebody. That scares the shit out of me. I mean, slightly. Not okay, it doesn't really scare me, because if they come to this house, they're not making it out the yard alive. Let's be real. So there's that. But still, it's bad. You know what I mean? Like, this should not be happening. This should not be a thing.
I stopped following a long time ago when my buddy talked to him about him, and he says there's normal activity on the Earth all the time. Like, I don't know, say there's 500 a day. So eventually you're gonna get you'll quote them. Usually he quotes them and they're always wrong, but if he gets one right, oh man, he's a hero. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey man, even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Twice a day, exactly. I'm like, that's why I like my buddy Diamond and Dave. There, he's he shows all the earthquakes all over the place. Right? Just shows them like it's the end of the world. And he says, normal activity here and there. You follow the fault lines. It happens. That's what the shit is. It's all over the place, and it happens all the time.
Let's see what happens. I mean, this thing has 86 comments on it. I'm going to hit show more. Let's see what happens. Oh! This page doesn't exist anymore. Does that surprise anybody?
No, because he got caught with his pants down again.
I was told that if I don't stop talking about certain topics, wealthy guys from the New York area would have me Tupac'd. This message was relayed to my buddy, Tattooed 1009, from Jim Lee at ClimateViewer. I want you guys to also see this. You want to see some funny shit? At ClimateViewer. Son of a bitch. Jim Lee over at ClimateViewer. And then I go over to at ClimateViewer, and what happens? He's basically like demanding an apology from me. Oh yeah, it's real Dutch sense. You got to get it right, Jim. Real Dutch sense. You've been blocked.
Nonsense. No sense.
Bro, that's literally what he did. You've been blocked. So he started this campaign of smearing me and telling everybody that I was threatening his life and that I needed to apologize while adding me, giving people the appearance that I was just not responding to any of it, when in reality, he had blocked me first thing in the morning. So Dingleberry over there blocked me on ClimateViewer, at ClimateViewer, and at Resonated, but did not know that I had at WX Mod History, which is weather modification history. So I was still able to just go ahead and pull up all of these, you know.
Yeah, well, I tried to search them and they were all gone. I didn't see them till, I don't know, 5 or 6 o'clock.
Well, that's why I made sure not to touch the damn browser. I'm not an idiot.
Yeah,
I was like, all right, leave it up.
I just seen the one, and I kept pressing on it, and I kept saying, it didn't even say deleted. It was just, it wouldn't go you to show more or any of the comments.
Oh, they're all still right here on my screen. You can't, there's no take backs, dude. Like, you're busted. Like,
well, I don't know, somehow, maybe I'm not his follower or something. I don't know how it came through my feed or whatever, but I tried looking, and I'm not that savvy anyways, even on Twitter, but whatever.
I just added these to the pile, dude.
Like, and then I saw you came up with a thing. I was like, good. We'll find out now what the real story is. Because it's just
hold on. We got
the
another.
way they went off with the solar flares too. The Ben guy there. Oh, end of the world, kill shot, everything. Everybody, go buy gas, buy my food, buy this, buy. Get the fuck out of here.
Kevin Mitchell says you're both Year of the Dragon. Yes, Dutch and I are both born in 1976. This is true.
Bicentennial.
Yeah, we're both bicentennial dragons.
Supposed to go Mets, and we didn't.
I'm a Scorpio, also to boot. So when you, I mean, if you don't get the stinger, you're gonna get the fire. And luckily, I think I've kept it pretty clean.
I'm an Aquarian. I'm water, man. Can't be around while I'm being water. I put out fires.
Well, I need that. You know what I mean? That's one of the beauties of my life.
I would be pissed as hell, but sometimes you can't ignore it. But he needs to be spanked about it. I mean, it's just wrong.
I mean, really, let's be real.
Punch down was the best thing too, because what the fuck's this guy got to worry about 600,000 if he's so fucking good?
I mean, go sit on your pot. Like, for him to be calling me a paid shill when he's literally,
making $1,000 a day or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, for real.
Get the fuck out of here.
All right, Alicia Singer just said, Operation Indigo Skyfold. Oh, you're not getting away with it now. Operation Indigo Skyfold. No natural weather. Weather Wars 101. Perfect weapon. And then drops geoengineeringwatch.org. Get your fucking trolley bot ass out of my chat. Like, I'll fucking ban you. Block on you, YouTube. Goodbye. I don't need your fucking subscribership. I don't need your comments here. You know what? I'm gonna turn on for now on, I'm gonna turn on subscriber only. But for somebody to come in here talking about Operation Indigo Skyfold, like, that's the Harp Report on YouTube. He can't, not only did he make up Operation Indigo Skyfold, he also made up coal fly ash. Chemtrails are coal fly ash. And then he just disappeared off the internet. Weather War 101, another guy who, propped up the whole NEXRADs are controlling all the weather. And then once he realized he was completely wrong about that shit, stopped talking about NEXRADs altogether and switched to, it's wet surface air coolers that are controlling everything. All this is in my last video. It's in the details of this video. So go over to my Substack and read the actual links, and you come up with your own determination. Like, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm just here to expose you to what I've been exposed to. This is my opinion based on the stuff that's in my Substack right now, from Harp Rings in 2011 to present, the dirty history of science fiction weather control. So that's it. There's no new content for this one. my wife was like, why don't you just go in there and, like actually explain the science? And I was like, why? No amount of evidence will ever convince an idiot.
Yeah, they believe themselves just like that TDS stuff. You can't tell people. They say, well, Trump had the inflation at 9% when it was 1.4, and it's written down, it's in black and white, and it was 1.4. But no, Joe Biden said it was 9%. So Trump is bad. What? The people don't look at things or research anything. They just believe.
I mean, it's true, and that, I have to fight my own, confirmation bias constantly. Like if you don't recognize that you also could be, afflicted with confirmation bias, then you're never going to grow. So I have to constantly remind myself, okay, yeah, I believe this is bullshit, but let me look at it from a new lens. So today, honestly, like I watched the whole Thomas Bearden video from start to end, just going, well, what do we got here? And I mean, bro, it's all over the freaking place. Like, I'm like, why? The video editing is also deceptively edited. I just want to point that out. He keeps referring to the Russian woodpecker Duga radar system, and then the video editors keep showing the Don 2N radar. And I'm like going, what? Huh? Those are not the same thing. The Russian woodpecker is not the Don 2N, and the Don 2N is not. I'll show it on the screen. Because that's the reason I had my map up originally, was just to show that. So might as well show it because it's in it. It's Thomas Bearden video that, he's so butthurt about, but this doesn't make any sense. Like I just pointed out the things that don't make any sense in there. Continues to talk about the dangers of the Duga 3 despite the shutdown of it in 1986. Like, bro, the video was recorded in 1988. Dude continues to talk about dangers of the Duga despite shutdown in 1986. So I was like really confused by that one. I was like, huh? Like, what even is this guy talking about? Like, I'm so confused, like I'm seriously confused. But anyway,
the problem is they have such a big reach for their fucking bullshit too, because it, goes around the world in a minute, and people say, oh, well, he predicted that earthquake, he knows.
So this is what Thomas Bearden.
They're mad about the radar that's telling people to go into the basement for the tornado. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, it's the freaking Doppler radars. Doppler radars are saving people's lives. I mean, if it weren't for the Doppler radars, if it weren't for the NEXRADs, more people would die from tornadoes. So to make the argument that they're the ones making the tornadoes, it's like, what? I mean, if it weren't for those damn Dopplers, then there wouldn't be early warnings going off saying, hey, there's a tornado. Get the hell out the way. I don't get it at all. I mean, I really don't get it. So I'm going to just bring this up on the screen real quick. Check it. Right next to the Chernobyl nuclear power plant is where the Duga 3, or the Duga, there is no Duga 3. This is the Chernobyl 2 Russian woodpecker array right here. And it looks like this, okay? For those that don't know, if you've never seen the Duga, if you haven't ever seen the Russian woodpecker that Bearden's talking about, this is what it actually looks like. This entire slide right here from weathermodificationhistory.com, which is now on climateviewer.com, Dominic Marama made this, and it's based on, guess who? Thomas Bearden and what he was talking about. And this is from Popular Communications. Is ELF able to manipulate the weather? Again, this article and this entire article right here is about the Russian Duga woodpecker and the weather control that happened over America. That's what it's about. The problem is, in the video, they go on to show the missile defense radars. And when they show the missile defense radars, they show the Don 2N, And the Don 2N is right here. That's what it looks like. So they're showing, he's saying Russian woodpecker, and they're showing the Don 2N radar, which is right in the center, the heart of freaking Moscow. I mean, what the hell? That's Moscow, you see? I got my crap over the screen. That's Moscow.
Oranges.
So anyway, that's Moscow, way the hell over there. This is Chernobyl, way the hell over here. I don't get it. And even so, Thomas Bearden claims that time reversal waves actually from the Don 2N radar, or from the Duga radar, he says, bounced off of America and then came back and hit the Chernobyl reactor, which was already shut down, and that caused it to blow up. Which is demonstrably false, because the CIA blew up that damn reactor. And I came to this conclusion using common sense because I was watching the HBO documentary on, Chernobyl, and I was like, they didn't mention any of the weather modification that was associated with watching the fallout going to Moscow. They didn't mention this, they didn't mention that, all these things. And then I, came to my conclusion about, the whole, well, I think the CIA blew up Chernobyl to shut off what Thomas Bearden was talking about. Sheba, who's paying you? Has anybody fucking super chatted today? Honestly. Willie, you're in YouTube chat. Did anybody super chat?
It must be the Russians, yeah.
Nobody's paying me, you dumb motherfucker. Nobody's paying me to say no amount of money could pay me to put up with the shit I put up with, to code all the things that I coded, just because I'm a freaking genius and I could teach myself to program websites, that I can map out all the things that I did, that I created a weather modification history timeline, that my friend Dominic literally put together 850 newspapers on weather modification. And dumb motherfuckers like you, Sheba, come in here and say, who's paying you? Bro, you gotta be stupid as shit. And this is the kind of level of stupid as shit that makes me, constantly go, why do I do this? And then I go, because I still have fun with this. You want to know who's paying me? I get paid big money. I get paid real fucking big money. I get threatened constantly by YouTube, and this is the kind of money I'm making. You wait for it, guys.
Oh, here we go. Somebody gave you $10.
Did they?
Geo.
Oh yeah. Well, that's Bettina. She's my friend. Thank you, Bettina. That was a pity freaking a pity one right there. But see, I still have active community guideline strikes for medical misinformation. For a video I made back when you were not allowed to say COVID on YouTube. And they took down my Harp with Dummies video for a trademark infringement. But yeah, I made a whopping in 30 days. I made a whopping $199. I mean, I know you're all shocked. I know you're blown away by the amount of money that I'm getting paid, Jim Shill Superstar. But come on, man. This is the kind of stupid that I have to deal with,
And what's Dutch Sense making? $200,000 a year on his $600,000?
Bro, he's making a minimum. He's making a minimum of $2,000 a week. At a minimum, a minimum $2,000 a week. Probably like $20,000 a month. I mean, I would not be surprised. I am not the slightest bit jealous of him. All I need, honestly, all I ever wanted from this is if I could make $2,000 a month, I could quit my job as a security guard. That would be great. Then I could make like 5 or 6, 7 fucking videos a week. That would be great. I could actually go up to Washington, D.C. and get in some politician's face and record me doing it. That would be great. I used to be able to do that stuff before COVID. I was able to go to the Weather Mod conference. I spoke at G. Edward Griffin's conference. I testified at the EPA. I can't do that stuff now. Why? Money. I got to work a job. If I didn't, if I didn't have that problem, if I could make just $2,000 a month, which sadly is what I make at my job, is like $2,200 a month. That's how much I get paid. Rich, filthy rich, Illuminati superstar over here. I'm blinged out, baby. Look at all that jewelry. All these diamonds in my grill. I make $2,200 a month at my security job. And if I did not have to go to that job, I would do this full time every damn day. So people can try to bullshit, and like character assassinate. That's what people do online. They try to say, oh, he's a shill, he's a gatekeeper, all of these things. 2 hours and 30 fucking minutes. Are you serious? Willie?
Yeah, it's all right.
Have I literally been on here that long?
I think so.
Bro.
You were tired before, and you got on a second wind.
Do you know what I mean?
All right, Jim, I let you go, man, and don't let it get you down. The guy's a scumbag. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, dude, it doesn't change a damn thing. Like I'm not, I don't take it personal. Like sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Now, at the same time, there is that vindictive Scorpio dragon that wants to go out and go to Twitter and be like, this dude literally lied about me all damn day long and defamed me while demanding an apology.
And blocking you so you can't.
And blocking me so that I couldn't respond to it.
Professional victim, yeah.
Okay, these professional victims today, man. I swear to God. I refuse to be a victim. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to, if somebody's going to say that stuff about me, I'm going to just tell the truth. The truth is, if he wasn't being such a bitch to Ben Davidson, suspicious observer, and Ben Davidson wasn't fighting with Dutch Sense, and they weren't threatening to kill each other through all of their followers. Ben Davidson has 750,000 followers. Subscribers. Dutch Sense has 600,000 subscribers. And they were in a war back when they had like 400 and 300. And you know me, Jim Lee Peacemaker, making a rap analogy, and the whole world falls apart. Don't end up like Tupac and Biggie. Be more responsible than that. Use your brain. It's not smart to go around saying that your life's in danger when you've got very virulent fans who might take it seriously. That's all I'm saying. Is that too much to ask, Willie?
Not at all, Jim. And I think you're taking the bigger man picture of the whole thing. But the guy, he ain't worth your breath. But you can't let somebody slander you either, because then it makes your work look like shit, and then they even use your work.
I'm not even gonna bring up the fact that he uses my work. You know what? Hey, I'm the one who said.
That's how ironic it is,
But I mean, honestly, like I said,
facts. Yeah.
Hey, it's all about getting the truth out there, and if I get the truth out there and somebody else uses it, there, of course, there's always going to be that ego that goes, man, I wish I was getting the credit for the work that I've done. But at the same time, I'm changing the world, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, one of my buddies reposted one of your videos and talked over it. Guy John McLaughlin, I forget what his channel's called, McDuff or something. And he did a good thing and brought your words to more people, you know. And he was like, this guy, Jim, is hot shit. He covers his bases. He does this. He does that. I was like, yeah, it's cool as hell.
That's awesome, Willie.
You know, I was on the Twitter on that one. He, one year talked to the pilot there, Graham, I think.
Oh, yeah, Graham Hood.
Or somebody, yeah. That was a good one. I watched it again with him, and he was like, because he had been following it for a while and then got off the weather stuff, and he was like, this guy makes the most sense, you know, about all these people I'm watching. And I was like, there you go, attaboy for Jim.
Well, I'm working on it, bro. I'm trying to make more sense.
And look out for the sun farts. I hear the sun's got diarrhea, and it's worse than anything, you know.
Well, I hope no solar kill shots come to us, brought to us by NEXRAD radar beams bouncing off the sun.
With the HARP intensified, you got to remember.
And the HARP, you know, the HARP sun gun.
That's what that juiced them all up and pointed them all to the North Pole, because that's where the Northern Lights come from. Everybody knows that.
Well, to be fair, there is the Aurora Australis as well. But according to Ben Davidson, you know, it's all because we're in a pole, you know, magnetic pole shift that it's so bad. And, you know,
the Earth's going to flip upside down.
We're all going to flip upside down. So I want to know this. Leave me a comment in the chat. If you're a flat earther, please explain this one to me. What happens during a magnetic pole shift in a flat earth? Come on. I want to know. Just let me know in chat. You know, let me know in a comment later if you watch this video. If you live in a flat earth and the magnetic poles, are there magnetic, Willie, are there magnetic poles on a flat earth?
There's poles, and then there's true north, south, north, and then there's the moving magnetic poles and whatever. There's a lot of science.
So what do? They just do like a figure 8 on a flat earth?
Kinda, yeah. That's what it must be.
Mm.
Because we always flip, and just people are just noticing it now.
New York Erd says it's like flipping a pancake. Sarah will be Martha. It's flip that pancake. I don't know. It's just these are the kind of random thoughts I have. Like the minute you said that, I was sort of like, oh well, yeah. Well, anyway.
All right. Good night, Jim.
Night, Willie. You can make me run my mouth for another half hour. I swear to God. Love you, brother.
You're doing good.
All right,
man. You said you were tired. All right. Have a good one.
Night, bro. Oh, God. The one, the only, the legend. Willie Fix It. Let's see. Jim, we got you. Dutch Michael Janich has arrested development. What? Okay. I just joined. Can you tell me what I missed? Grid, you killing me, bro. No, I can't do that. I've literally been live for 2 hours and 40 minutes. But basically, you know, Dutch accused me of a lot of stuff. I had to set the record straight. Again, nothing personal. You know, I don't take it personally. You're a very timid person. You're easily flustered. I expect this from you. I mean, it's sad but true. Like, my wife warned me before I even made the NEXRAD hoax video, the first one. She's like, you know how he's going to act. Don't even mention him in this. And I'm like, but if I don't mention the harp ring stuff, then people won't know who came up with the whole damn thing. So even then, it wasn't personal. It was just literally, here are the facts. Dutch Sense came up with it. Weather War 101 continued it. there was kind of a lull where he stopped talking about it so much because I guess it wasn't getting the clicks. And now it's been revived by Into Thin Air, who, made about 150,000 views on the Pacific anomaly. Not going to get into that one, but that also is just completely just bad data showing up on a map. And this used to be real common with the mimic maps. I mean, that's all I got to say. Like, there's been a long history of people seeing glitches in the matrix, on any kind of atmospheric data. And then suddenly, hey, Jetpack Jones says, I'm a scorpion from a Year of the Dragon. That's crazy. I bet you're fucking awesome, Jetpack Jones. I bet you're built just different, because clearly you are. It's over in Rumble Chat. I wish that Rumble Chat was integrated with Restream so badly. It'd be freaking epic. Anyway, guys, I had to address it. You know what I mean? I think I did a pretty good job of being even keeled about it. Roast me in the comments. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for making this video? Or is the other guy? I don't know. I feel like I needed to say what I said tonight because people aren't going to get it otherwise. I mean, when you just hear this Tupac thing over and over again, if you don't understand the context of why it was said and when it was said, which was like a fucking decade ago, then you're just not going to get it. I guess you had to be there. Oh, wait, you don't have to be there because he brought it up on Twitter today and I'm addressing it right now in this video. So that being said, I love you guys. I literally had some pretty epic shit that I wanted to talk about this weekend. I mean, NASA launched a chemtrail sniffing satellite. 800-page document dropped on weaponization of the government and censorship out of the Biden administration. And oh, wait, all the deets on IceCat 3D, along with pictures, frequency response, and power mapped out already. I guess one for the road. I'll show you guys one for the road. So, real quick, this is what I'd planned on doing this weekend. And we'll just leave this for the end of the video. The IceCat 3D array, which is here. Oh, now you want to come back in. You didn't want to be in my damn video. Now you want to come back in my room. So this is the IceCat 3D array, which you can see here. Oh, there it is. We've been talking about this thing since 2010. They're finally actually building it. It's going to be coming out operational this year. And it's pretty big. They've got 3 of the 5 nodes built. They are here. And I'll show you guys some quick pictures real quick for the road. Just so that, at least I got to somewhat cover the thing that I wanted to talk about this weekend. Oh, Bowie? Oh, you're going straight to sleep. He's like, nah, I don't want to be on TV either. Go straight to the closet. Where'd I put it? Pictures. ASCAT 3D, CV3D, and here we go. So, some pretty pictures. Now I'm going to put these in the map. This is one of the not transmit station. These are receivers. This is at Karasuvanto site. Karasuvanto is this one. Okay. So that's this one right here. It's one of the receivers. And the other one's called Kaisanimi. Yes, that was my cat meowing. That was my other one. That's Bowie. He's the blonde. And he usually loves attention too. But, not tonight. Straight to bed. And then over here, this is a close-up of the actual transmitter. That's what it looks like. EyesCat 3D. I'm going to do a whole video on this. This is a close-up of the Kaisanimi. I don't know how to say Kaisanimi. Sounds good to me. This is a wide shot of the same thing that you just saw. Same place. This is what the antennas look like. Where HAARP is like 72 feet tall with 180 antennas, these things have like close to 9,000 antennas on them. All in little hexagonal things. The power is directly on. Yes, Bowie, like the singer, but it's David Bowie, and it's a double entendre because yes, we like David Bowie, but also Fish, one of my favorite bands, had a song called David Bowie. I mean, and the other one, Prince, is actually named Prince Caspian, which is also another Fish song. Just since Nikki's asking. But this is the actual transmitter. Transmitter is going to be operating at 5 million watts to begin with. And then they're going to up it to 10 million watts is the... To give you an example, a comparison, HAARP is 3.6 million watts. EyesCat 3D is already going to be operating at 5 million watts, and they're going to up it to 10 million watts. But I'm going to save that for another video. But yeah, that's some crazy stuff, man. It's been a long time coming. And now to finally actually get some details, they're going to have I'll make an entire, video about that at another time. But, so I had all these cool things that I wanted to talk about. Might as well mention the last one. Which, not going to do that here. Going to take that over here. Can't let you guys on my inbox. That would be embarrassed. Jesse Hall, can we get him on the missing link and we'll literally have the debate there? That would be great. Where is my thing? It's here, and not the EyesCat stuff. It's this. It is this. New satellite promises unprecedented data on clouds and aerosols. This is the new chemtrail sniffing satellite, EarthCare. A new satellite, EarthCare, has been launched later this month. Will provide unprecedented data on clouds and aerosols and will help produce the European climate model weather forecast, to initialize its weather forecast. It's being launched by the European Space Agency, and it's going to sniff them cirrus clouds. So yeah, EarthCare, the chemtrail sniffing satellite, has been launched. I said it was NASA. It's actually probably ESA, but anyway. We'll cover it another day. So many things I'd much rather have been talking about than, Dutch wigging out on Twitter and making up a bunch of stuff, but it had to be done. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me tonight. It's absolutely freaking crazy that my chat is showing 230 viewers live at 3 hours almost into a video. I appreciate y'all hanging out. But it looks like he's already deleted most of the tweets because I guess he thought I couldn't see them. And then just about the time that I shared out that I was going to, and it's almost identical. Like the minute I shared out that I was going to go live, Dutch started deleting all. Jim Lee, you have an apology to issue. No, Dutch, you need to apologize to me. I didn't do anything to you. Period. I didn't do anything to you back then. I didn't do anything to you now. You deleted all this stuff after talking trash about me all day long. Because I guess maybe like it didn't start going so well. But honestly, like, bro, not a good look. I mean, when you're telling everybody that you're going to get killed, and this thing had 44,000 views at the time that I froze the page and I didn't update it. Because if I update it right now, which I'm going to do, most of this stuff's probably already gone. Now he's just talking about X and community notes. Community notes. Has he cleansed the whole feed? No, there's still one about the Jim Lee, you're a liar and false accuser. Let's see. Anything else still there? No. Everything else has been deleted. And that, my friends, is how you clean up online disinformation, by directly addressing it. He has deleted all but one post. And there were literally hundreds of comments in each of those threads. But if you look at this one for, wait, no, that's the community guideline one. Where's the one I just saw? Oh, this one only has two comments on it. So I guess, you know, Jim was on Highwire with Del Bigtree the shill, LOL, and goes all hero on him. That's pretty funny. Former guard makes perfect sense. Bootlicker himself. Is this the one where he said that I was a prison guard? That's the one you leave up, but you can see this post was deleted by the post author. This post was deleted by the post author. So this was actually a response to all this. He's literally deleted every single one but this. Dutch, you missed one. You might want to go do that. I'm on what? I'm on Dutch's page. He doxed you name and address to contact you. What page, Faith? What page did you do that on, Faith? Are you talking about on the Facebook? I mean, let's be real. You know, I'm waiting for her response, but let's be real. Doxed me. You can't dox me. You know why? Because, like, it's kind of hard to dox somebody who, like, already freaking doxed themselves, right? What are those? This is connect.climateviewer.com. There's my websites. There's all my links. There's my Substack. There's my Telegram, YouTube, BitShow, Rumble, Odyssey. Oh, there's my other website. There's my phone number. There's my email address. And guess what? If you go to climateviewer.com and you just go to the bottom of the freaking page, it says right there, 25 trip drive, Sumter, South Carolina. My name is on my freaking about page too. I mean, like, what is there to dox? Like, it's already on my page. James Franklin Lee Jr., Climate Viewer News LLC, 25 trip drive. Sumter, South Carolina, 29153, and my phone number, and my LinkedIn, I'm gonna tell you what. You gotta have big balls to put your name, your phone number, and your address on your damn website. Big ones. huge ones. And it's been on there for over 10 years. I'm still not understanding which page. I'm on Dutch's page. He docks you name and address to contact you. I still don't know what page, like where he did that at. I'd be curious to see what context he is to contact me, like in what way. But I'm gonna tell you what, you come down, you limp him back. I live in South Carolina, and unlike other more liberal states, we have a castle law around here, and I have a concealed carry, and I'm not concerned about that. Not even slightly. Because if I were, I wouldn't put my own damn website, my own damn address on my own damn website. You know? If this don't get you, if the throwing knives don't get you, if the pistol don't get you, if the other pistol don't get you, if the shotgun doesn't get you, if my daughter doesn't get to you before I do, then you got it going on. That's all I got to say about that. So, no fear, not scared, not affected, didn't take it personally. Hey, you got butt hurt, you said a whole lot of lies, you deleted most of them before I even got off this live stream. It kind of reminds me of back in 2014 when you guys threatened me for a year and a half and I took it until I went live for 6 hours straight. And then you called me begging me to take down the video showing everything you did. And I recorded that phone call, Dutch. And if you ever pull this crap again, I will play that audio. I'll play it. I still have it. It's all right here. Right here. This isn't the only place because I'm not stupid. I also have it burned on a Blu-ray. So I have a Blu-ray copy of all my stuff. Some of it's at my dad's house. Some of it's at another place. But just know this. I keep my receipts. And everything you're saying, I can prove you lied about everything you said today, literally just by playing your own words, admitting that you lied about all this and that you harassed my wife and my kid. And I will never forget that. Don't do it again, bro. Anyway, I love you guys. I got to get out of here. It's 11 o'clock. I've literally eaten a couple chicken nuggets and a little bit of macaroni while watching Thomas Bearden and reading through all of the freaking comments online today. I've gotten absolutely nothing done except this damn video. So off to work I go tomorrow. Thank you so much to the super chatters. I appreciate it. I really wish there was a way that I could just like tabulate, like there should be an option that shows me who literally did that so that I could thank you individually right now. But God bless you guys for supporting the channel. It's sleep time. I'm like mentally devoid of, any more thoughts at this point. And if I ever tell you I'm going to try to keep a video short, know that I'm from Sumter, South Carolina. And we Southerners are like tree ants. Anything worth saying is worth taking a long time to say it. With that, love you guys. I mean it. And I honestly do. And I hope that maybe we can get, maybe something good will come from this. I highly doubt that he's going to change, but I hope that this has changed your mind about me, that I'm not the same person I used to be. I used to be a regular asshole, and I know that about myself. I'm not that guy anymore, and I'm not trying to stick my nose in other people's business. I may agree with you on policy. I may disagree with you on the facts as I see it. But can we keep it civil and just that sort of thing? Let's all, grow up a little bit from this. Love you guys, mean it. Y'all have a great week. And please remember, attack ideas, not people. And definitely don't make Tupac, Biggie references around people who don't understand rap culture. They just won't get it. They might take it wrong. Good night, guys. If this video resonates with you, leave me a comment because I love hearing from y'all. First time here, be sure to subscribe and click the bell. Yeah! Remember, it would be impossible for me to do this without your support, so please join my Patreon or buy me a coffee on PayPal. And always, attack ideas, not people.
Kids are impressionable. That's why here at this station, we watch the programs and commercials your child watches carefully. He may see bad guys, but not in the role of heroes. And he'll learn that crime doesn't pay. Because your child's welfare is our concern, too. That's part of our code.
Better than anything you can get without a prescription. Anything. It's the best.
Better than anyone. Better than anyone.